Hey, it's your boy Salty, and I do want to first apologize for my audio issues on my end, but I really still want to upload this thing because I really enjoyed the Pokemon discussion. So shout out to Lex, shout out to King, shout out to Zane, shout out to everybody who supported, shout out to everybody who followed. So I really do want to apologize for that, and I just want y'all to I'll do better next time. So straight to the video, something quick for all. Yeah. How it come
There
off
we
now?
go.
There we go.
Right. How you feeling? How you feeling, Lex?
It took like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yes. I am here tonight to speak to you all about why your favorite Pokemon gen is probably the worst. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that.
Right. So, on like my second guess is our favorite person to duck the covenant now. From finally missing one of our eagle but capturing our real one, Lord. Shout out to King DZX. How you feeling, bro?
Eat my ass, dog. I'm not ducking all the like get organized. It's thing too, That's all I have to say. But anyways, hey, what's going on, people? I am here to tell you all why Gen 5 is objectively the best gen in the game and why Game Freak went downhill from there. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Right. I'm a final guest, the main guest here. With like the great poet he is, with posts such as a pussy on my mind called that critical thinking. And
Hey,
and, hey, my boy was spitting that on low key, bro. Well, yeah, I want to say the other one because I don't know if I will get cancelled, but the one I do.
Right now, go ahead and say it. You're already out my tweet. You're already out my tweets already. Say the next one.
Okay, gay NFT bros call them JPEGers, bro. What was
bruh.
Thank you. I definitely didn't steal that from anywhere.
Right, the one and only, the Zane to the MP4 type of beat. How you feeling, bro?
I am also here, but for a different TED Talk, to say why Gen 5 is actually the worst generation and how it sucks and it's terrible.
Wow. I've never heard such an objectively terrible opinion in my life.
Okay.
Only make correct opinions from hence on forward.
All right, and as the number one, as me, the host, Salty Phantom, the number one goon on Twitch, because, when, Cartel say,
Them not do a thing. Talk them a talk, not nice. When me bust my gun, somebody a forget gunshot.
I don't know. I hear silence around.
Yeah, just like
yeah.
I trying to eat cheesecake at the same time too, don't mind me.
Yeah. I just wanted to just do that, I'm sorry, everyone.
That's fine, my guy.
So, since this is also was supposed to be my gaming podcast, every start of the podcast, I want to do a kind of quick round of like news. So if you want to talk about it, we can do a little quick talk about it if that's okay with everybody then.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Because this in post edit, I will put the news that type of beat now.
Oh god, you gotta make sure you have the new single.
Right, so
This just it.
So last week one of the biggest stories was the news of the Fortnite now kicked off his new season with removing building from the game now. The decision had the community split a bit now. So the change. I think the change is permanent if somebody could correct me if I'm wrong now. But
It is a permanent change.
Separate game mode.
It is. Yep, it's a separate game.
Yeah.
in other news, E3 has been cancelled and the reason for completely cancelling the event is yet to be revealed. But if I will feel how will you feel about that, E3 I give me memories.
Christmas, in summer way.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, honestly, if we be real, I feel like they'll just individually do everything around.
Yes.
Everybody say.
It would be same, yeah.
Alright.
I don't know. I like the organized nature. Everything is like in a digital format now, so it wouldn't really matter. They'll just
not pay attention to Xbox and pay attention to everybody else.
Oh man,
having to
stop
listen
saying,
to
stop talking the truth, bro.
Damn, Xbox told
Not to pay attention to like Capcom or something. I don't know, release the next Resident Evil update or something. I don't know.
And all these people have their own. And here's the thing too. And all these people have their own events. And thanks, Sarika, for the follow. I love you. The outside, man.
Hi, Sarika.
Circa.
Thank
That's my
you.
friend.
Right, so in
That
other
is
news,
like so
in other news, Gran Turismo 7 latest update kinda Alex follow. Shout out to Axel bro.
And you have your alerts on the Oh my god.
Look, this is great. This is great.
Yeah, thanks for the follow
I
again.
love this.
Thanks for
I
the
love how
follow.
stuff this is. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So
It really gives that new streamer vibe as it should.
yeah. Gran Turismo 7, the new update, dog. All they hearing about the controversy with the Gran Turismo, all they really don't care about this game, though.
I have not played Gran Turismo since like Gran Turismo 5 on the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I've played any Gran Turismo game.
Yeah, but like Gran Turismo 7 is why microtransactions is so bad in certain games, man. You should just see the amount of money men spending on one car, bro. But hey. And next follow, say less, bro.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I got next follow, so I really appreciate it.
Yo. Nice.
IOB.
Yeah, thank
I
you,
hope-
Obi. Let me fix that. So,
What game is what? It was what? Gran Turismo, yeah.
yeah, Gran
What
Turismo.
entry they on in that game though?
Oh, what do you mean in terms of?
It's a real what Gran Turismo like gameplay though, because I don't have a PlayStation. Hey!
Mm-hmm.
I
Heyo.
don't know what you play though.
Yeah. But in other news, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 hit cinemas recently for certain people, and a lot of people really like the movie.
I'm ready to watch
I didn't
it.
get to watch it
Hey,
yet, I
man.
can't watch it, but I'm very hyped.
Mhm.
Sonic 1 was good, and next one gonna be better. This one gonna be great. And if it's not
Oh my
good,
At least we have
well,
one.
I mean, again, new Sonic, something coming out of Sega or Sonic related that isn't good is not an uncommon thing to happen.
That oh god, Sonic Forces.
This is our Sonic part.
Oh man.
Pretend it never happened. Listen, King, if you pretend it never happened, it can't be.
The
Simple.
generations literally came up before it. How can they mess up so bad?
We can have a whole separate episode about Sonic games, dog, and I am here for that.
Alright.
Not okay.
I want to cry.
And
It'll
alright.
get better. It'll get better.
And alright, the big thing. Pokemon Go data miners find, a mega evolution event, How all you feel about
Mega
it?
Evolution,
Yeah, it
Oh
gonna
yeah, they
have-
added in Mega Evolutions like a year ago.
yeah, like 2020.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they look into start big like mega raids and say, would this make you go back to Pokemon Go, dog, or go to the goals? But push.
Oh,
I need people to play Pokemon Go with.
The only reason I used to play Pokemon Go because I used to work in UK and had a bunch of Pokestops.
Oh, I hate the fact. I remember when in 2016 when it all came out and I was like now coming into school, right? Like I was walking around the school in July and the Wi-Fi was open, so I was playing Pokemon Go on the Wi-Fi. As soon as school started, they take away that ability. I was like,
Yeah, they shut it down.
Hey,
They close the
wicked.
connection.
yeah,
Why?
the wicked boy. Hey,
It used to work if you're like logged in before you came on campus, and then like open it up while you're on campus, but still logged in, it would be fine.
Mm.
that makes sense actually.
Yeah, somehow it used to work.
A good thing I had data. Yes.
Right. So with the news wrap up, first topic I want to talk about. It's not really game related. It's not really game related though. But what is your first Pokemon memory, either both the games or the anime though?
Over the anime, it could be the anime for me, dog. I remember distinctly watching the first episode of Pokemon with my grandmoms when it came out, dog. My grandmoms and my cousin, all in our little living room on Cartoon Network in the night, dog. And I was like, oh look, it's Pikachu, whatever that is, whatever that is. Because I didn't know what Pokemon was. I had no idea what Pokemon was. Like. I remember seeing the trailer of it on Cartoon Network and say, I'll watch that. And my grandma, it went on like right after the news. My grandma sat down, my cousin and I sat down, we watched it, it's like, oh, this kind of cool. My grandma was like, oh, this is cute. He has a little electrical mouse. Alright.
So she'll be like, hey, that's Devil Tay, and then just like slap you or something.
We'll get back
She
to
was
that
like that.
another time.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I guess for me, my earliest memory of Pokemon, from what I can remember, is like I remember before I even got into games, I had like a little like, funnily enough, I think it was an accident that I got into Pokemon. Because I think I was originally into Digimon.
Hey, Digimon was some heat though.
That's the thing, right? And I think I had gotten like a little Pikachu figurine, and then from there, like, because they were both very similar at the point in time, it's like early 2000s, like nobody really knows the true difference between Digimon and Pokemon back then, like especially like adults, right? So like they just gave me like a little Pikachu figurine, and I was like, oh, this is cool, I like that. Played with that. I still have it on my desk actually, like right in front of me, and then after that it's just Pokemon from there on out. It's funny how like my introduction to the series was kind of more of a mistake. Yeah.
All I could say.
I didn't watch the show or anything like that.
No, but all I could say.
Still, like I got that figure.
No, but all I could say, Digimon Tamers, dog, was a heat series though. I don't care what anybody says.
Digimon was cool.
Tamers fire. Seeing what is your memory there?
I don't think I didn't watch the show until Black and White, so it wasn't the
Oh, you watched? Oh, you watched the season of the show? Oh no!
It was terrible.
You're just a kid.
I didn't own any Pokemon games, so I think my first interaction with Pokemon was one of my cousins got a ECG card. I think it was for like Squirtle or something. Oh, no, it was called Gen 4 Starter that came out with something related to food. It was a pack that you could get from somebody. I don't know who was promoting like cards and like the little figurines that they were giving out. You know that they give out for like children's pack.
Oh, if it's like a
What?
Like Frito-Lay, like Lays and stuff, you said you're not at a point, right?
I think so. It was one of those like little packs, and I got a little figurine of Turtwig. Yeah, I have.
Oh,
Turtwig Uchi.
I don't like Turtwig.
Alright.
Why?
I should have taken Piplup. Well, yeah, that was the first time I had heard about Pokemon. My parents told me that was the thing, and I loved it again until there's a particular scene in the Black and White anime where
Again, the worst anime, but
Yeah, the worst season ever. Yeah.
the Team Rocket had just gotten their the black suits, or they had switched from white to black.
yeah, when they're actually being serious.
The scene where they like switch from black suit, when the first time they get introduced to black suits, and I thought that was cool as shit when I was like a child. So I just started watching the show from there.
It's like, yo, that's straight balling, bro.
Questions. This also goes back to the question first video game memory as well, if all I could remember them. Yeah. But let's before you go, the question is also open to the chat, so y'all can see all the first memories of Pokemon. Let me know.
Oh yeah. So honestly, right, I'm gonna be real with you. I did not play Gen 1 or Gen 2 as a child. Again, because I didn't have a Game Boy. You know? The first game was the first console, the first anything that I owned, it was a Game Boy Advance SP. As a result of that, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Sapphire. And I remember booting it up, and the first thought that came to my head was I have no clue what this Pokemon are. Because you know the animators always air behind the games now. So I was like, wait a minute, Ash currently in Johto. What is this? What is
Fun fact Lex, fun fact Lex, I think Ash was fighting our Blaziken in second gender. The preview.
In the tournament.
End of the season. When I got the game, he didn't fight him out the Blaziken yet now. So I was like, alright, cool, I'll pick the water type because it looks cool. It looked like my little Mudkip gang day 1, went on my journey, it was vibes. And then he asking by a Blaziken in the show, and I was like, shit, I should have picked Blaziken.
Nah.
Like, you never played like any of the original Gen 1 or Gen 2 games ever?
As a child, no.
No, but just in general, have you ever played
I played it.
Nah, but this is first memory. Like your first set of games you really play now.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Nah, just check because he did say that like, he never played Gen 1, Gen 2, so I was like, wait, now hold on.
As a
Did you just
child,
like, yeah, as a child, yeah.
I knew of them because of the anime. That's why my first favorite Pokemon was Jolteon. Like, screw.
Makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So let's see, I guess for me, no?
yeah, it's you know, it's you know.
Right, so my earliest memory of Pokemon. So from what I remember, my first Pokemon game would have been Pokemon Fire Red, right? I distinctly remember you see my memory's kinda like hazy, so I can't remember if I played it emulated first, because I did get it emulated from my neighbor at some point, right? Or if I played it on the Game
Don't say
Boy.
that. Don't say that too loud.
I
Don't say
want-
that too loud.
Don't say that too loud.
Nintendo Ninjas, don't come from,
You
right?
like my friend. You like this guy's follow on YouTube. You played the PC edition.
Yeah, I played Pokemon Fire Red. No, Emerald PC edition, right? So it's either I got the Game Boy, because I know I was definitely interested in Pokemon at that point in time, right? And I don't think I got my Game Boy as yet. So I want to believe that I played it on the emulator first, but I know it inspired me to want to get a Game Boy. So, you know, I asked, like my mom was like, hey, can you buy this Game Boy for me and buy this game for me? I got it. I was like, let's go. And I played Fire Red on my Game Boy. Never forget the fact I played through my first run of Pokemon Fire Red so terribly. Like, you know, usually when you're playing the game, you try to like balance out like the levels of your Pokemon, right? So that way you know you have like a fair chance going through the game. I didn't do that. My Blastoise was level 100, and the rest of my Pokemon were like level 30.
Disgusting.
And
I'm one overpowered.
King is the type of man who knows only use surf in battle, bro.
No, I kid you not. That is exactly what I did.
You see?
No, because I also do remember I got through the Elite Four of my on my own strength, right? I could not beat Blue for the life of me. So what I did is like I think I had like my neighbors like across at some point to like just like hang out. I asked one of them to beat it for me, and they beat it for me. So my first time beating the game wasn't even me beating the game.
King. What is that, man?
No, don't worry, man.
No, to be fair, this was like 2004. I was 7. my brain wasn't like properly formed at that point in time. I had no clue what I was doing, right? But I also do remember, I don't know how many like a lot of Pokemon fans know this site, Cerebi.net.
Yeah.
I legitimately used to print the pages with like all the information and stuff on it. That's why like I know so much about Pokemon now, because I printed this stuff. I used to carry it to school. I used to read that shit religiously for fun. Like
Yeah.
it was so wild. I was just that Pokemon fan.
So Zane, same question.
I didn't have a Game Boy in the end because I was when Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire came out, I was not born, I think.
Yeah.
That would have been like somewhere between 2004 and 2007.
No, Pokemon no Generation 2. Which one came out in the 2000, like 2001?
Early 2000, that would have been Gen 2.
Oh, Gen 2. Then yes, I was not alive when Gen 2 came out, but I was when Gen 3 came out, but I was like a child. So the first one that I would have played through was Fire Red, Heart Gold Soul Silver, but mobile edition, because one of my friends he showed me a cool trick to mod my DS into a mobile phone, and I played through that game. Yeah, it was really cool. Cool.
That's wild.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I very distinctly remember not knowing which starter to pick, looking at Cyndaquil and saying, "This one looks the worst."
Hey,
and now, Cyndaquil is like one of my favorite Pokemon.
What is that one, man?
I also remember when Ampharos evolves when Mareep evolves into Falapi and then evolves into Ampharos, me not really understanding that evolution didn't really make sense to me, because it goes from like this little sheep
It's our next sheep.
into something that isn't a sheep. It looked weird.
Nah, but Loki, that's one of my favorite Pokemon, you know.
I'm first.
Yeah, I really like that Pokemon.
I'm first in route school. And
Yeah, I
then
always ran Ambrose in Gen 4 when my Gen 2 games.
I distinctly remember the red Charizard. Not the red Charizard, the red Gyarados.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew what a shiny was when I played this game. Mind you, I was in the first time I played a Pokemon game, I was in secondary school. So and I've never seen yet that I'm old. I'm not that old.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I would have been. I did not. I thought the red Charizard. I thought the red Gyarados was like. It wasn't supposed to be there, so I killed it. And every time, like, I saw another shiny in a later game. I think I was playing through Emerald, and I didn't know what a shiny was still, and I killed it. And I don't think I've ever gotten a shiny again in my entire life.
LOL.
So, yeah, that's fun. That's cool.
That's wild, actually.
Shout out to Wicked for following your boy, and we love the support.
Yo,
and-
I know him.
Yeah. So for me to keep it short is second gen silver dog, because I think that me and like Landon, like the streamer here, that's how me and him become friends now. He had Crystal and I had play silver on PC now. The PC version. You.
Everybody out there with the PC or mobile editions, yes.
Hey, the way how them room in Pokemon used to hop used to just always like have me laughing up to this day, dog. When you go into the in the tower now, and pew 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 pew, I was like, what going on here? But hey, that gave me goosebumps. As a young man, I was like, yo, this looking real badass. Now I'm like, what the fuck is that? No, but we have memories, you know. A lot of people love the Pokemon. So we have the first big topic. Big topic. Rub all your hands. What is your favorite Pokemon game? And we start with Zane this time. We'll start with Zane this time.
I'll go last.
Yeah.
I'll go last.
Currently,
What's the question, sorry?
What's your favorite Pokemon game?
Oh, okay.
Listen.
think the my favorite Pokemon game, and I think the best Pokemon game that they put out in a minute is Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Okay.
Because
It's real hard to find out what now.
Yeah, that's a good opinion.
solely because that is, I think, the only game. Yeah, it is the only like actual Pokemon game where your Pokemon can follow you, and I think that as like somebody if that's your first Pokemon game, that is one of the most entertaining things you could have, because when the Pokemon follow you, you could turn back, interact with them. Sometimes you could drop items. It
Pokemon
makes game. Pokemon Yellow doesn't count. You can only use Pikachu.
Well, there's also Sword and Shield, there's Brilliant Diamond and
Nah, we
Shield.
don't talk about Sword. That's later on.
We will talk about that.
Sorry, I didn't just talk about he said it was the only game that followed Pokemon, boys. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And I think additionally, even though I think people feel like it might be a little bit of a cop-out that Gen 1 and Gen 2 kind of like right next to each other essentially, and how they kind of, in all fairness, cut Gen 2 in half, because they was like, well, we could just put back most of Gen 1, because I mean, Gen 2 is like a short game. It's very, very short compared to like most of the other Pokemon games.
The thing is about Gen 2 is that they originally weren't supposed to put character in the game, but that's a story for like when they finished it.
Like, I could understand people. I know it's not like it's a big contention that like it kind of short, but I think going back to that old gen, because like, well, when I played Pokemon for the first time, I had never beaten any of those Pokemon. I'd never challenged any of those gym leaders before. So for me, it was a whole new experience. But for somebody who's already played the game, obviously, you know, they wanted not do that, because it's just doing back from shit that you already do. Also, Red is the best. That Red fight is the best ending fight in
Facts.
game ever made.
It's silent.
Zane. I have to give you some gunshots for that. You're impressed with that.
That's the best one. Like, they have it. The only one that comes close is Cynthia, and Cynthia sucks because
Whoa.
Hey, this is not the hot take section. This is not the hot take section. We talk about your favorite Pokemon games. Stay on the topic.
it's too hard.
Did he just say Cynthia sucks?
Cynthia's bad because she's too hard. That's it.
Nah, he's just weak. Get out of here! Get this man so get out of here.
That's fair. I only played Platinum once, and I only tried to fight Cynthia once, and I got my ass kicked.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
if I try again, I might win.
No, I have to send gunshots again. That was a real good take, bro. But shout out, King, like your favorite Pokemon game?
So my favorite Pokemon game, personally, I like first place goes to Black and White, and then like first place is Black and White, second is Hard Gold and Soul Silver, and third is Platinum. Those are all like I did like a tier list last week, and those games were all those three games were in my S tier, but my S plus tier.
But question though.
I personally.
But question though, which if you had to just choose one, because I want you to just choose one, you have to make the decision.
No, it's Black and White. No, it's Black and White.
It's Black and White?
Black and White is number one, yeah.
Okay.
Black and white, one or black and white?
One.
Rather two.
No, yeah, my thing is, I like the game that caused a lot of the issues that a lot of Pokemon fans back then gave them a lot of shit for, which is like, they didn't have any original Pokemon. And it's just like, oh, I have to go through this region that I don't know with none of my familiar faces, blah blah. But it's like, to me, I didn't care about that. I was actually glad that I didn't have to see Pikachu in a game for once. No, at the point I was like, yo, I'm fine with seeing Pikachu all over the goddamn place. I have Emolga.
Hey, low key.
Yara admit Emolga ate the best Pikachu.
No, it really isn't. It's probably actually I would say not did any the Steel one from in Gen 7. I can't remember what its name is.
No, but question, King. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell me that city with the third gym ain't heat though.
Castelia. Castelia City. Castelia City is probably one of the main reasons why I initially liked Gen 5, because it was the first game to give you a good sense of scale, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas no other game would you walk through a city and the city felt larger than life, but Castelia City was the first instance to do that. And then in Gen 6 they tried to do it again with the one that's based off of Paris. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Lumios, I think.
Yeah, Lumios, yeah. But that was the first game to let you show hey, the games take place in a real world with a real sense of scale. The buildings can be bigger than you. Areas can be larger than you. It could have depth and stuff like that, right? No other game really gave you a good feel of depth until that game, and then they just kind of shit the bed in Gen 6. Again, that's a whole next talk for another part, but yeah. I personally loved a lot of the Pokemon in Gen 5 as well. Superior is my second favorite starter, and I love grass starters. So
Same. Me
I like grass types.
Me too. I like grass types as well, though.
And then it was also the game to introduce hidden abilities, and Superior's hidden ability is one of the most broken things in my opinion in the game. So it's there was that. I love Zoroark because it brought in a whole new idea of hey, that Pokemon you might be fighting might not be the Pokemon you think it is. Even though it was locked behind an event in the first game, which is kind of dumb, but I think I had the Pokemon to be able to get it, so it didn't matter to me. What else? The story in Gen 5, no one can disagree with me when I say Gen 5 story.
It's very good.
It is really good. And it's definitely the deepest one. No other game can ever have a story as deep as Gen 5 story. And it's just the whole twist on it as well. It was the first game to not have you. I think it's the first and the only game where you don't defeat the evil team before the 7th gym or 8th gym and then continue the rest of the game. They literally took you through the entire game, beat all the gyms, beat the 4, and it's oh wait, the villain team is here. They took over the Pokemon League, and now you have to go fight them as a final stage. All of that.
The music, bro. You forget the music, bro.
Yeah, music. Music is straight goated. Versus N versus Cynthia remix.
It's on. No. King, you forget.
Trainer battles slap.
Yeah.
How you can have a game where the wild Pokemon music and the trainer battles just slap, and then don't even get me started on like the low, like while it was annoying, the low HP music.
I was just going to tell you that. I was just going to talk about it.
Like they only did that for that game, and they just took it out. Like it was so it blew my mind.
I think it's you sent me a video about how Gen 5 beat this might be the most innovative, is the most hated one. And that video was real sad, I admit, dog. However, that is my thing. Actually, no, let's just something good.
No, but listen, my favorite gen is my favorite game is same like Zane, Hardcore Soul Silver, bro. That game is heat. That's the best Pokemon game. That's the best Pokemon game ever, bro, and nobody could tell me nothing.
I can't fight you and Zane down entirely.
Yeah, they definitely are the best remakes, in my opinion.
I'm a tirade, dog.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. But I will say, I knew this game was heat when they remake Faulkner Gym. They didn't need to, but Faulkner Gym remake. Right?
Amen.
Faulkner Gym was significantly better.
Then they remake like a good bit of the gym, so I think they remake Bugsy's gym too.
Bugsy?
I think so.
They did because they kept Whitney.
Yeah, they keep Whitney, they keep the dude with the ghost. They keep the who's the dude? Who's the fourth gym leader in that gym again?
It wasn't Morty.
Morty.
Morty was fourth. I thought Morty was fifth. No.
Fourth. He's fourth.
The fighting gym leader was fifth. Yeah, Morty is fourth. The fighting gym leader was fifth.
No, you can always interchange. Remember, as you reach to that gym, you could always pick and choose what you want to do now.
Yeah. It was also a good game to like kind of give you like that freedom of like doing gym orders too, which I actually really like. I think they did that in Gen 1 too with the 4th, 5th, and 6th gyms. I think it's 5th, 6th, and 7 because it's 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't mind. But
I can't remember.
But that game is heat. Animations clean, overworld clean, everything in that game clean, bro. Zane already talked about how much good the game is now, so I had to give myself some gunshots on.
I lost my heart goes so silver cartridge.
Lex, go off, King. Go off, King.
So my first Pokemon game was Sapphire, and we all know that. I have a special place in my heart for that game. I want to call it my favorite, but I feel like it'll just be edged out by Gen 4. Because that was one that I purchased for myself as a kid when I went up New York that one time, and I purchased Pokemon Pearl because I wanted Palkia. And I remember spending weeks playing through that game. Though. I love Pokemon Platinum and Diamond and Pearl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was really into that. That was the first game that I actually managed to finish. Trivia: I never finished Ruby and Sapphire as a child. Because I carried it to school one day and someone stole it from me and I never got it.
Hey, yo, white people always used to steal people Game Boy cartridge and thing back in the day, boy. I hear
you're still in a cartridge, bro. Now you don't even have the console to play it on, but yeah, man,
same thing happened to me.
I was about to go catch Kyogre when they got stolen. So I never got Kyogre myself as a child. Then I got in. But like I said, Diamond and Pearl, I got Pearl now, and I remember playing through that game and catching Palkia. The music was good. Cyrus villain of Steam. Cyrus Steam is amazing. You guys hum Cyrus Steam to this day, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Distinctly remember seeing like the Palkia or the chains around it and everything, because he had to go and abuse a couple of Mew clones to get them to control a legendary. I really like that game, but.
Spiritomb goated.
I'll start first.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, those games all optimized on the Nintendo DS. That shit runs so goddamn slow, bro. It takes like a year to save the game. You just get scribbling in your book with everything.
King.
It's not that he came on optimized, though. It's not that he came on optimized, though. They programmed it that slow.
No, but hear me out. No, but all I remember, no, but hear me out. If you hit a man for 6 and it's a chance, see, that taking forever, dog.
I used to take forever. I just like going there like
something. It's a long ass time. Yeah. When you do the close combat to the chance and you super effective kill it.
yeah, it's
A long amount of time.
You wanna take that long, bro? Let me tell you something. When you reach the snow area, the game is so long more. You know, because the entirety of Sinnoh wasn't under snow in Diamond and Pearl. Only in Platinum. In Diamond and Pearl, they just had the peak to the north that had snow. You walk through Mount Coronet, you step out into the snow, and you get like half the regular frame rate, dog. And you're like, damn. Oh, Lord.
Nah, but we love Platinum here, though. We love Platinum here, bro.
But yeah, that's enough about Gen 4 why I hate it. Let me tell you why Gen... Sorry, let me tell you why
Really? But rushing with topics, bro. Rushing with topics.
Okay.
It's hard for me to fight down hard Gold and Soul Silver because it's generally an extremely great game. So I'm going to be petty with it though. I tell you. Why the fuck it take so long for me to get my goddamn hold down, dog? I hate that game for that, bro. I had to wait till I reached like Brock to get my hold down.
Nah, your fault.
Pokémon League for this.
That your fault. That's your fault. Why you didn't pick up that song like I you probably. Why you didn't pick up an Arcanine or a Ninetales, bro?
I could be petty. When I was with Pokemon, it was hound down. I had to wait very long to get
Nah. But if you want, well, I know.
That's the most I can really say about that gen, because that game is a masterpiece, dog. Like, you know, that game is so good.
That game perfect, but I do not care.
Let me tell you why fucking
Oh, Jesus.
Nah,
a little bit nostalgia, a little bit. I like to fuck it up because it's fun. I hate how the overworld in that game is. I hate the sprites, bro.
Shout out to Kurt, bro.
The sprites in Gen 5 overworld so much. They try to be like, let's make it a little more proportional instead of chibi, and then everybody just kind of flicking T-posing their way through the game. I hate them. They're like, bro, guys, what are you doing? This ain't the wave, chief. Some of the Pokemon designs. Oh, good lord.
Nah.
People like to say, Gen 1 had the best designs. And they can't, listen, Gen 1 let you use a Voltorb is a ball with eyeballs. And the Evolve form is the same ball, but upside down. I'm not going to front, Gen 1 had shit designs too. But they didn't have sentient ice cream.
I find it. No, but hear me. No, but fellas.
Ice cream.
Ice cream is great.
Nah, but fellas,
the ice cream as a design is not great.
I loved Vanillux.
Nah, but fellas, I find like skip the topic. I find skip. I didn't even introduce the topic. I can't go no further. Sorry. Hey, yo.
My bad. Oh, I need to introduce the topic. I apologize.
No, because I was just gonna say, your most like it's the opposite now. What is your most hated Pokemon game now?
Oh, well.
I want to go last one. I went last this one.
I'll get back to that. I'm still going on my tirade slightly about it.
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead, dude.
Listen, when the list looks cool, but it's still drawing the line for me, like a little bit of a borderline though. Also, some of your normal types in that game real uninspired. Like, is he hurt here?
That's true. He's literally just a dog, yeah. That's a dog.
He's just a dog, no.
Yeah, he's not
No, but he's
not special. He's not special. He's literally just a dog.
I might just take his pump pack and sprite it and put it in the game.
No, but the evolutions are all decent. No, I find the evolutions decent.
He find the evolution is cool, but it's still literally just a dog at the end of the day.
But who don't like dog, but who don't like?
I thought you would like to do on the sprites looking a little weird. I don't know if experience.
I don't like that.
But very jarring. I had to do a little bit of TD, technical droid in school, and it's very, very jarring sometimes to look at like the hallways in the big city where it looks weird. It does. Strange, and I feel like it really takes away from it. Looks I mean, obviously trying to make the city look big, but like it
The
looks
perspective is just weird.
so
It's just
weird. It's almost sometimes I remember plenty of times getting lost. Straight up having no idea where to go.
Same.
Like simply cannot figure out which place goes where. And then like even for the compensate for that they put what you call a little sign when you go into the city that tells you where everything is. I just have to keep going back to that every time because you literally can't find anything. It's weird to look at.
Now, I had that same problem in Gen 5, but it was in Castelia, but it was worse in Lumiois. I had literally no clue where to walk around in Lumiois, and I was saved by the fact that you could fly to each major park in there to save my ass. To this day, I have no idea what goes on in Lumiois and where to go. I don't know. But at least I learned it in Castelia, though. I learned it in Castelia.
Hey, all I know,
I don't understand why they do
all I know, I think when I really stopped playing Pokemon games is X and Y because I just don't know what happened. I like to play competitively, but I don't like.
Okay, so it's X and Y.
I want to make fun of Gen 6. I was the target demographic of Pokemon when Gen 6 was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Go ahead,
About that.
Go ahead,
How do you
Ken.
feel about that?
Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
I was a child and Gen 6 was coming out. I thought it was the coolest shit ever. Because
Thank you!
No, at the same time, I did as well. At the point in time, I did too.
Bro,
like,
I remember
Mega
seeing you
Evolutions as a
trailer
concept, insane.
Yeah.
If you told me
Yeah,
when I was
every-
a child,
Yeah.
Mega Evolutions are just Pokemon, but stronger. They get Super Saiyan upgrades for a little bit. I would have popped off. I would have said that's cool as shit. But they
fumbled
that
that
Mega Evolution
bad.
so terribly that it's insane. It is.
Who tell Game Freak? Who tell Game Freak? Who tell Game Freak to give Charizard 2, dog? I just say it.
Charizard is different. Charizard is like the second mascot. Let's be real. It's like, let's be real. The three mascots of Pokemon are Pikachu, Charizard, and Mewtwo. Which is exactly why.
No, if again Gengar, bro. If again Gengar, if again Gengar, and if again Snorlax.
No, they don't matter compared to the other 3 or 4 because Eevee. Compared to the other 4, yes, they are popular, but they don't sell as much as Charizard, Mewtwo, Pikachu, and Eevee. Because Pikachu and Eevee are huge.
Except for Gen 7, I think Charizard had a special. Each time they had like a special thing, Charizard had a specifically special thing.
Yeah. So Gen 6 he got 2 megas.
I don't think he has a special Z.
He doesn't have a special Z.
But he
No,
has-
wait. Actually, I'm gonna check and see.
I can't see
He
them.
has a special Gigantomon.
And he got his before the other 2 got there, so he gets like the, and then the champion has it too. So it's like
Why?
I mean, that's
A new Pokemon that isn't Charizard. Nobody cares about Charizard. He's been bad since they introduced Stealth Rock.
Oh, wow. Hey. Let me get back to since somebody did.
Z crystal.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Charizard didn't get a Z crystal, but Pikachu got 2.
Oh my god. Why don't you use Master then?
And then Eevee also got 1.
So Zane, what is it?
Favorite
What is
gen,
it? Yeah, who's whiskey?
Which one? Red and Blue.
That's a fair opinion. No, that's a fair opinion. That's a fair opinion.
Listen,
Talk to them.
Come on, you're talking like K right now, who like to go after like the first versions of games to be like, wow, it's a classic, but it's still ass. And I will have to kick you down a fighter stairs too.
Nah. I wouldn't attack it because like I don't think Gen 1 has like I think for the time it was a very like revolution. For me, if the whole game in itself like fit on a Game Boy for people to want to play it, it is the reason.
And it had
Pokemon became
multiplayer
popular.
too. And it had
The
multiplayer.
game that started everything. So you had to give it props for that. But however, you ever seen that picture? That like there's a picture of
Look at that photograph.
Technical issue.
Oh, again,
Yeah, please put it back on the
every single bug in every single programming bug in Pokemon Gen 1.
There's a list of just all the things that don't work properly. like psychic types being insanely strong.
Bug types being like a terrible type.
Like,
I think
did
Ghost
you
types
know-
had no moves, right?
No,
Yeah, Ghost type has no moves.
And dragons as well.
Yeah, crazy trivia about the ghost type, right? You see, dragons were designed to be busted, right? Ghosts were busted by accident because they don't really have any real good ghost type moves. In fact, ghosts was supposed to be weak to psychic,
Yeah,
and they coded it wrong, and that is why Gengar was busted in
They
Gen 1.
fucked up their, they literally fucked up their own game, and it's the reason that
Yes.
is terrible.
That is why, as of Gen 2, Gengar was poison and ghost instead of
No, he was poison Ghost from the beginning, wasn't he?
something was very wrong with the ghost programming. I think he basically was immune to everything except other ghost types.
Yeah, and
It
they
was
are
like
like
stupid.
that
And the only other good ghost would be in Lick. What
Yeah.
kind of-
Let go till you can paralyze a man with that word.
yeah, on top of
But
that,
it don't do
bug types
damage.
have the same problem. Bug types have the same problem. They don't work unless bug types only have one move, and it's bug bite, and that move is terrible.
It's not as man.
Only move that can take out psychic types. So it's impossible to fight psychic types. The psychic type gym leader was the strongest one. You can't fight it, you lose. And psychic types are so goddamn strong. One very cool fact. You know, Swift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swift.
Swift doesn't work how it's supposed to. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Swift doesn't work how it's supposed to.
You know what really doesn't work like supposed to?
Either.
You know,
What
you know
does
it's possible to basically reverse your stats by boosting them too high.
Yes, I heard about that because it
If you
overflow,
boost
right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It goes into a negative bit and you just go to absolutely no stat in it instead of
Yup.
Yeah.
it's real dumb. No.
Nah, but for me, like to wrap it up, I didn't even know what I already say X and Y, but like out of all the games,
I still have to say mine.
no, but go ahead, go ahead. I have a question after.
Favorite gen, I'm probably gonna have to end up saying Sword and Shield. Despite the fact I love to defend Sword and Shield,
Let's go
I
and
have
chat.
a lot of problems with Sword and Shield. I have a lot of problems with Sword and Shield, despite the fact that I've tried to defend it so much.
No, but Lex, all these Zoomers gonna ask.
I don't care what these was. Listen,
About the young one.
I find this story of Sword and Shield was literally just me going, Hey, that guy probably gonna be evil. Oh shit, look at that, he really is evil.
No, because tell me why I thought the same thing when I saw Rose first. I was like,
Yeah, the moment you see Chairman Rose, you think to yourself, something about he seems bad. And then he shows up, he is bad, but he is bad. I know.
He between the lines. No, he's them type of anime character. No, he's them type of anime characters. Just be like, I only did the bad to get the good because I saw some real thing, and it's like, bro, we don't care, bro. We really don't.
You know why Zarel asked for him to look? Because he was pretty cool the entire game. You only used to get like the hint of bad from his secretary, right? And then in the span of one very short cutscene, he had the champion talking. He's like, champion's like, listen, I don't think that's a good idea. But how about after we do the Pokemon League Championship, we could talk about it again. And then he goes, nah, I ain't doing that way. Tomorrow I'll picking violence. And it's like, Rose, it's not that serious.
the whole story of X and Y is just the darkest day arc. Because remember you sent that video. Was it you sent that video about? I don't know. Your video was about the technological mess. But I watched the video, like going into detail, like on the trial retrospective on X and Y. The story for the darkest day timeline literally is summarized in a paragraph on Bulbapedia. Where it's like, at the beginning of the game you learn about the darkest day. you get sprinkles like, oh, maybe, you know, the hero wasn't like a guy with a sword and shield, two Pokemon. You hear nothing from like the second or like third gym until the eighth gym, and then it kicks up again. Yeah,
Until the-
basically. So like,
Yeah.
this story just is non-existent. Yeah.
Still though, shout out to Chairman Rose for having probably one of my most favorite villainous teams.
But
Pokemon don't mention villain teams, like I admit to that.
Of course.
I've never heard a bad villain team ever, actually.
Chairman Rose battle starts, I hear the orchestra and the woman singing up and I was like, shit is about to be busting.
Okay,
And then you see
okay.
he looked up at the Pokeball.
Hey, look at the Pokemon. You got a road to this and look at you and I was like, oh, let's go. This is hype as hell.
That was good.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
story is
yeah.
garbage.
King, say your own there one time. Say your own one time, because I have a big question for all you.
Alright, so my least favorite game, surprise, surprise, is X and Y.
Uh,
Despite the fact that
friends.
that's the first Pokemon game that I bought for myself, right? Is the only game I completed the National Pokédex. The game, fundamentally, from the ground up, is a shit show.
It's
The game
a mess.
can't even run properly in 3D. They had to completely disable it in Gen 7 because of the fact that they couldn't get it to run in Gen 6. The story is ass, the characters are unforgettable, mostly Pokemon are unforgettable. I can't remember a single character outside of like my character, the rival, because it's literally just your like the character you didn't choose. Lysander and the champion. I can't remember Gym Leader, I can't remember Elite Four member, I can't remember any other key members.
You remember that girl on the skates that had the Mega Lucario, though? The hard
The only reason why I can't forget is because she's your introduction to Mega Evolution.
No, but why is he get? No, but here's the thing, bro. What happened with the girl with the who is the Instagram photographer?
Oh, shit!
Oh, you mean the first Gym Leader? I completely forget she existed.
She's our main character in the series.
No, but more like the majority of the characters are just unforgettable. A lot of the Pokemon are unforgettable, and it's like one of the smallest cast of Pokemon that they introduced into the game as well too. So it's like how for the smallest cast of Pokemon that you introduce into the game, how are most of them
I
are
would
the
say-
starters and like it's also the smallest generation when it comes to legendaries, which I didn't like either. It's literally just
Personally, no, Gen 6. No, Gen 6. The anime is really good though. Low key.
The anime and Mega Evolutions are Gen 6's only saving grace because Gen 6 anime was goated. On God, that man was
Get
OP.
wrecked by a bone rush.
I vexed that he didn't win the championships in that series.
No, because no, but here's the thing with that series. No, but here's the thing with that series. That series was so good that Ash was kind of still dumb, but he at least had sense in that series. You know, that one of these series he had sense.
Best was just literally Ash without a brain, dog. This man has an entire team of unevolved Pokemon in Gen 5 and expects to win a Pokemon League. I'm like, Ash, we've been through this before, my guy.
As you're talking about that, there's a very funny trend that I think it's probably just canon to me because of my likes of the Pokemon, but for every terrible game, we get an amazing anime.
Yeah. For real.
Think about it. So, Gen 8, okay, Sword and Shield was asked, and the anime Journeys is actually really good, right? It's not great, but it's better than that we got with Gen 7. Gen 7, the games were okay, but the anime is just like, it's a school arc, you don't go through like it's literally just Ash learning. But he came off of Gen 6.
Zay, want to say something?
I was not gonna say if it hadn't come off of Gen 6, I think Gen 7 anime wouldn't have been that bad. But
If it had come off of Gen 5.
Possibly, yeah, like Gen 6 is possibly the best anime they ever put out Pokemon in general. Like,
Except for we lost, but whatever.
like, okay, old man.
Talk to them, Zay.
That last fight, Ash for the championship, I still personally think that was bullshit. Ash should have win. He had the better team.
I agree.
I don't understand how King win, but that's not the point.
Because he have a Charizard, come on.
But he had a Charizard too.
Boo, that sucks.
That sucks.
The anime from beginning to end, I think, was amazing. The characters were very interesting, fun to pay attention to. Team Rocket was there.
Ash
They
GT,
would have an
Ash GT, bro.
It was I think that anime was probably the best one.
Ash
Gen
GT,
7
bro.
anime is not very good. I can't lie to you.
And the games were okay, but it wasn't terrible.
Wait, which gen? Which gen?
That is cool. That went down on the beach and
Hold
thing.
on. Fuck y'all fight me. That shit was based on the Caribbean, bro. I can't be vexed. 1, 2.
Lex, what's that?
It's really Hawaii, man. Like it's the Caribbean. But anyway.
I don't want them to make a game based off of the Caribbean island shit, so I feel like that would make fun.
Lex, before you go off, Lex, before you go off, what is that one, man?
Where's that one, man?
What is that one?
Listen, I actually do like Gen 7. I actually do. Unironically, I do. Because one, there was that anime had that gen had Team Skull, bro, and I can't front dog. Team Skull was my aesthetic. I was like, look at these little men, dog. These like little rappers and shit, bro. These men looking like they about to jump you upon the block for coming in the wrong neighborhood, my guy. It was wild. Secondly, I love the whole plot twist of the Aether Foundation is actually evil, and they had a fight their way out of the Aether Foundation, and I was like, yo. I didn't expect this, to be honest with you. I didn't recognize
They
it
tried
from
to
the
recreate it in Gen 8 and they just did it badly.
Yeah, they did it
Oh, really?
terrible, dog.
Yeah, they did
Like, the whole time you're like, oh, this is this girl's mom. Why are you calling your mom? She seems cool, and then a battle theme starts, and I was like, oh, no, she's not cool.
I think Gen 7 would have been better if they hadn't made it so hand-holdy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the.
it
Game would have been
more like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Yep. The game would have been good otherwise aside from that.
Yeah. So, since we talk about we least favorite games and everything, if we had to make a decision, all four we had to pick one game out of the thing that the group should play together, which one we gonna pick? X and Y?
Play together?
No, like so. Let me say we had to actually pick one of those bad games, and all we have to play it, dog. Which one are they gonna pick?
I'd rather play Sword and Shield again than play
I'd rather
X.
play Sword and Shield again.
Not X and Y? Not X and
I
Y.
would never ever touch X and Y again in my life.
Despite Sword and Shield being my least favorite, I would honestly play it out over Gen 6, dog. I'm not going to lie.
So they don't want to skate in the people place? Or they don't want to skate and dress up, dog?
Nah,
You can dress up in most modern Pokemon games, dog. It don't matter.
Also,
I like some of these.
Also, fuck Pokemon for not having my
Say you want to say something?
for their character creation, bro. They don't have enough black hairstyles and not enough hoodies.
No, okay, that's a big issue in Gen 6 in general, but that's a
I
small
want
Why not
to walk
say-
up in the gym leader with a rasp, bro. I want to ask this man if he ever my Lord Ja. But no.
But nah, that's a whole next conversation. Like watching video games and things.
Yeah. Got to fix
But
one
I
time.
would much rather play.
It's either give me cornrows and afro or fade, dog. And it's not even a good fade, bro.
Dog, they do that in brilliant in Legends Arceus, dog. They give you cornrows and that's it.
No, but like as somebody who's like a black kid, dog, I hate all the white hairstyles that we just get. Why come with a buzz cut, bro?
Who actually rocks a buzz cut, dog? Even if you're of that ethnic descent, dog, you not running a buzz cut.
Why you have these straight bob cut hairstyles? What are they for?
Men cutting your hair with a bowl, bro. Men cutting your hair with a bowl, bro.
Why are you doing this?
Dog, Gen 8 had the whole, like, you know, you could customize like your trainer card and have like a special pose and thing on it and whatever, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Too bad I don't have the hairstyle I want to actually do on it.
LOL.
No, but serious, Sword and Shield. I think the starters in Sword and Shield are really funny, especially in Teleon. That one is the best.
Hey.
I love that guy guns back.
Dog, this guy got a man is
Like JFK right there, though.
Ooh, thanks for the follow, Roo.
Hey, Roo. I will be right back, guys. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No, but you want to continue until he come back, or because I know Zane wanted to. I know Zane wanted to think because I want if you want to talk any side games, you want to talk about. I give it all in the floor. I give it all in 5 minutes.
So, okay, the side games of Pokemon, every one of them, most of them, are insanely good. The two on the GameCube, what they call
I think Colosseum and Gale of Darkness. I think.
Yeah, those two games, while extremely difficult for Pokemon games, go hard as shit. Pokemon Conquest is insanely good. Mystery Dungeon is insanely good. The new ones, however, like the mobile one, that isn't Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Masters.
Not Masters. Masters is also a good one, but that one, I feel it has a good few microtransactions that.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes, I do.
But dog, Pokemon Unite is such a terrible video game.
Oh, hold on.
I can't stop playing it. This is what I see my League addiction is like. Like, I go on my phone and I look at the 3 games that I have on my phone, and I look at Pokemon Unite and I say, I want to play this game and suffer for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You see, at least it's 10 minutes, dog. League is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's why you see.
No, because the thing is with Pokemon. But Lex Zane, I'll forget anything. Pokemon Unite is built for like people on your phone, dog. So men not gonna spend a league match to play Pokemon Unite, dog. So I think that's really good.
Did you all know that the trading Pokemon Go is still very strong? Yeah.
We will talk about that. I was going to talk.
What's up? Only forget a spin-off game, dog.
No, you can talk about it.
Pokemon Ranger, bro. Pokemon Ranger was real vibes, dog.
I don't know. I don't like that, though. I don't like it.
One where, like, you used to capture the Pokemon, you used to tame them to help you do shit and like in a mission. I like to set them free at the end and thing. That was really cool.
No, but I didn't like it though. I didn't like it though. We talk about side game. We talking side game.
Yeah, I love the Ranger series. The Ranger series was like one of the best spin-off games they had. I quicker playing dungeon than the 3DS entry and they just didn't. I don't know why. Like
I quicker playing dungeon.
It's exclusively on the DS.
I personally think Mystery Dungeon is one of the, I think the best spin-off game they ever made.
It is.
I only played this dungeon because I actually wanted to be able to evolve whatever Pokemon I was in.
You could, but you have to beat the game though. That's it.
Yeah,
no,
right.
I think that one is the best one.
When I started Mystery Dungeon the first time, I was like, oh, you could be any Pokemon on that this list. I want to be an Eevee, so I can be an Umbreon, you know, being my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can't become Umbreon, bro. I was so mad. I wanted to be an Umbreon, dog.
Halfway.
No, but for me though, it has to be Pokemon Go, dog. I know it's basic.
Oh my god.
I know it's basic, but that time when Pokemon Go was it, bro. Hey yo.
Yeah, Pokemon Go was the hype. Everybody was playing Pokemon Go, dog.
I remember.
And Pokemon Go came out at like a really good time. Sorry, go ahead.
I remember a time I was coming home on my Maxi and, you know, having Pokemon Go up because that was before, this is like the beginning of the game where you could have like drive around. They didn't have the
Speed restriction.
by the way, it's insane that they had to put that in because people was like, that's tripping on the road. That really goes
when the Blastoise appear and the Blastoise had to get catch.
It
You
had
know
to
time
get
to slow down, dog.
But I remember I was coming home on the Maxi and me and my friend saw a Dragonite on the road. However, neither of us had Pokeballs at the time because we had Pokemon in school. So I distinctly remember living in South, you know, where I lived, there's like 3 Pokemon centers in my gym. There's no more in anywhere that there's nowhere else where there's a close Pokemon center.
Well, yeah, Pokestop.
I mean Pokestop. So I had to go. So it was up the road from where I live, from where my Maxi was passing. So I had to walk to this Pokestop, walk back up the road, and you know the damn Dragonite gone.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, as I saw, no, but Zayn, as a fellow South man, I feel your pain because I live in close to Gulf City, and Gulf City is a pokey stop now.
Yeah.
It's a gym too.
It was like would be a gym, yeah.
I can give only two nice stories about Pokemon. One very wholesome, one very hilarious.
No.
The hilarious one is, so again, I was already in you when Pokemon Go came on, right? In fact, I think I was in my third year of you know. If somebody could tell me when Pokemon Go came out, that'd be nice.
2016.
Well then, yeah, my third year in you know. And Pokemon Go launches, you know, it take a while for it to come down officially in Trinidad, whatever. And I just think remember a day, I sit down in my laptop on a Friday afternoon and writing up the code and thing. One man on the opposite end of the class whispers to himself, and I'm right next, I'm not far from him, I'm like the opposite to him. He's like, "It's our Blastoise by the gym outside." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "It's our Blastoise by the gym outside." I said, "Oh." And somehow this news gets around via WhatsApp, and half the class proceeds to get up and walk out the lab.
Who lecture was that, man? Who lecture?
The gym. And it's like, wow, boy, I didn't expect all of you to get up at once, bro.
But who
And when
lecture
we
is
get there,
that?
there's like at least 20 other people from some next course or class also trying to get
No,
the
but Lex,
Blastoise
you
on.
have to tell me what lecture is that, boy? How they can do that to the lecturer, boy?
I can't really lecture, though. But it wasn't, I think it was one of the younger lecturers, because it was a lab, which was
Yeah.
So it was either Mendez or one of the other young lecturers who would have already been playing Pokemon as well. So,
He was probably coming depressed with all you know.
he must be coming to fight anyway. So, you know, we catch the thing, everybody got around, and we went back inside. And then, like, 10 minutes later, our man dropped a low. And I'm sitting in the edge of class. I could just barely reach the low. I don't have to get up. But if I get up, I get like a better connection now.
Yeah.
And I just see men looking around like, we drop a low. So we drop a low. But we can't leave the man class twice. So that could be rude.
I dare only to do that. I dare only to do
Antsy like, I want to know.
I dare only do that in a Shreda class, bro. I dare
I
only.
never done shit in our class like, yo, man. The wholesome story is, my cousin did not go to university. He was working at the time. And when it came out, me and a bunch of my friends were like, damn, bro, we gonna run UB, you know, this is our district. They already dreams and aspirations of being a Pokemon trainer or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, bro, we had reports of this Pokemon and this part of Trinidad, so on. So my cousin calls me and he's like, yo, you playing Pokemon Go? And I was like, yeah, I play it right now. He's like, you on campus? I said, yeah. He's like, cool, I'll come to pick you up now. We're going on our run. I was like, where are we going on our run? So he rolls up in his work panel truck with the tray and everything, bro. And my other brother who's there is like, the car today, you know. And we was like, oh. So I jump in my cousin van, they jump in the my brethren's car, and we started drive up and down the east-west corridor for like an hour and a half, just throwing Pokeballs and spinning Pokeballs and collecting gems. It was wild. Reach back in here after 7 in the night, and you would think, damn bro, that's kind of late to be on campus during Pokemon Go time. Hell no, the campus is full of players, dog.
Yeah.
Some which probably weren't actually students, but it was alright. Pokemon Go is the closest to world peace I ever seen in my life.
Of course.
Straight facts, boy.
But let me wrap up this topic so we can get our next thing. So all you feel at the end of the day about, you know, Pokemon Go now, because we had a question in the chat about that. How do you feel about the community now? Because I see my co-worker, she doesn't really talk and everything, but I see she around, you know, on Pokemon Go and she phone, bro. I was like, what's going on? It's still going on. I was like, damn, bro.
So the reason I stopped playing Pokemon Go as much was because I didn't have like a data plan, and I didn't really want to put on one because I was working anyway. I pretty much always had Wi-Fi out. That's why I really fell off. I have friends who still play like regularly, though. Like my best friend, his brother plays regularly, and like when he do deliveries for their shop, he does dig detours to collect gems, dog. So I know this seems so strong.
Yeah, they seem so strong.
If I could get a Pokestop near my house, dog, I probably would restart. Honestly.
Like when it's in there, like it had to be like right next door to you, like you spend it in your house, or you just want one that you could walk to real quick and come back.
Ideally, if I could spin it to my house, that's cool. But the nearest Pokestop to me is, well, Kingdom where I live in. It's like
it's
on
by
the-
Rivers Junction.
No. It's actually
Is that
on the,
Junction?
or is quite by any hot ground, right? Now you say
Nobody-
that's not a long walk, you know, that's good exercise for you. Yeah, you're right. What? I didn't feel it to make that trek just to spin a Pokestop just.
Yeah.
If you're talking about it's like a little down the street or something, I'll take a little walk or whatever. But to walk the mile and a half to get a Pokestop, dog, nah.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like for me, like the Pokemon Go community is still very strong. I remember there was a point in time, I think, in 20. What would have been? But I would have been 2020, I want to say, or maybe 2019. It would have been before the pandemic, where. Yeah, it would have been when I started my job. So late 2019, I had joined this Pokemon Go group that was local to like my area, and I used to do like them up sometimes, but you know, at that point in time I was pretty shy, so I didn't like leave my house that much. So, you know, I used to just go out whenever I felt like I wanted to go and read and stuff like that. But other than that, like the scene is still strong. I think one of my friends recently started back playing too, and I think just the game in of itself was very dead until like 2019, 2020 when they started to add more of the key features that people wanted, which would have been like Gen 4 Pokemon and battles, and then they brought out Gen 5 Pokemon, which means that, and then Gen 6, which means they brought out Megas, and they brought out the regional variants. Like the egg stuff was just like much better. They added in a lot of features that brought people back into the game, because at a point in time the game was very dead. But then they kind of brought it back up to life, which is really good.
Yeah. I would
What about you, Salty?
That's good. I didn't know people were playing Pokemon though.
Yeah, a lot of people.
When I started playing, like the only thing I had was Gen. I played for like 2 months because I was playing on I don't know if I remember, but B-Mobile had a
Data plan,
They had a data plan
specifically for Pokemon.
I
would
remember.
buy the week one. I would buy the week one and use it out in like 3 days because it was like no data at all. But when I started playing, it only had Gen 1 Pokemon, and I think when I stopped playing, they were now introducing Gen 2 Pokemon. But
That's
now,
like 2017ish.
yeah, but now they have like almost all the gens there. They have all these new things. But
It just recently introduced Alola actually. So yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
But downside is in Trinidad we don't have. In the US, obviously, you know, they have like data plans where you can get unlimited data for like days on. You can get unlimited data. You pay like a couple, $20-$30 a month for a plan. In Trinidad, to get a good data plan for a month, it's like $200.
You could just get postpaid. That's why.
I mean,
Hey, we're not old people here though.
But
King.
it-
Why is that way?
Wow.
I ain't want to post their life, you know. I'm trying to that kind of expensive too. But the game, I think Pokemon Go, if it still was around, I think, and it had like the data plan still, I think people would be playing it way more. Also, if they added more focus centers and focus hubs. Why? Oh, why?
They are.
Why?
Yeah, like as like a higher level player, you can actually like
Request
suggest
them.
places. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like when you
when you hit level 40.
you can
Is
request.
that a
something.
35 or 40? Hold on, I'm gonna check.
Because I in your situation, there's a focus center like about 5 minutes from my house. But I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk there every day to get. And when I was in school, I could have walked because I had to walk up there to travel to school. But like no, I don't have any reason to walk right there just to spin on my phone and go back.
So you don't want to buy doubles at least, dog? You don't want to buy like 3 doubles, dog?
I got walk by some doubles.
Yeah, I walk and I walk and buy some doubles and spin some Pokemon and go back home.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't understand, Jose. When I was working in Uri, right, I used to pass my way to my office to pass through as many Pokestops in Uri as possible. It used to be. No, I'm not going to lie to you. It was real all optimized in terms of getting to work on time. I used to make it work, dog.
No,
Like,
nah, this man never been on
As he
competition, so you know, that is life. Eh? But let me see.
Would you play, dog?
I will play. I will come back. I will come back all day, depending on thing. Because working now, I love to get a data plan because I really like to go and listen to Spotify on my way to work, especially if I had to travel now. Because
Yeah, understandable.
so the thing is like when you take a PT, like this is just a tangent. When you take a PTSD bus, people really like to talk to you. Dog. I don't know why. Dog.
oh gosh, that's so true.
Sonny,
That's why people talk here all comes up public time.
Sonny.
And this is why headphones is like important.
Yeah, Sonny, you know, how you feel thing, you know, me and my daughter, you know, we ain't as good as he used to.
Oh my god.
I always had to
Yeah.
like long talk, right? But you know, let me get back to the thing because anything else before we get to the next topic on the side games, because I also want to ask the chat because at the end of the topics I want, you know, ask questions. Even if you're not a Pokemon fan, ask questions. Ask why you will be like, just ask questions.
Ask me what's the best villain in this team. I'll tell you the answer.
So
Who was the one that was saying? Somebody was saying Team Galactic, and my head was just like,
Hey, Team Galactic is a decent villain in this team, but they're not the best.
they are. They're not the best.
no. I like her.
That class
I
is
like.
the best in my opinion.
No. I like her. I have a soft spot. I have a soft spot for Aqua Magma, dog. I have a soft spot for.
Oh, God, man,
Aquaman was the worst, dog.
No, but I just have a soft spot for them.
Oh, my man, not the worst. Flare is the worst.
Please.
Try again. Flare is the
Dog, are you sure, bro?
Yeah.
They only
Flare
know
is-
true passion. Wow, that's crazy.
It's like
That's
beauty and all that BS story. Like,
I mean, you're telling me that, dog. But Team Aqua and Magma was literally two climate extremists, and in both cases, the other team
They're
said,
just trying to flood on the place. Aqua
and they
is
said,
the worst.
nah, go and do it anyway.
No, Aqua is the worst. I'm trying to flood on the place. What I achieving, bro? What that achieve? We got flood on the place. What?
I like how they still in Emerald, both of them, how in Emerald they had both of them clashing, and then at the end, Rayquaza was like, please.
Stop. Just stop. Oh,
I would
God.
argue the best villain as team, bro, is probably Team Rocket, because them was all about that money.
money, baby.
No, but the second, no, but in Gen 2, I like Gen 2 on Team Rocket a little bit more. They have more, take over the tower.
But,
Yeah.
but they were also, but you see the thing is, they weren't really a team in the sense of like how they were before. They were more just,
No, they was looking for
yeah,
Giovanni.
they tried to get back Giovanni.
Yeah.
Mr. Giovanni, please come back, bro. We miss you. We miss you.
You know what's another thing I don't remember that I loved about Hardcore and Soul Silver? They actually finished that arc with
Yeah.
Giovanni. They actually, if you got the
Giovanni.
Celebi event, you got to see
Right,
the end of that
Silver.
arc. Yeah, which is really nice.
Listen, Team Rocket, way up there.
Team Rocket second gen kit, hardest kit. In the white with the red. That was a hard kit. White and the red for the admins. Ooh.
What was the Gen 5 team? That was team.
Plasma.
Yeah, plus.
Plasma is second to Team Rocket because them was all about that power now, way.
Well,
No.
And it's mostly
know,
guesses.
Yeah, it's just.
but like the kind of the difference between like that one, the Gen 1 evil team and the Gen 5 evil team is really good. Because Gen 1 evil team is just like they're just trying to make money and gets this one to like recreate reality.
Like,
It's literally just a cult. He's like made a cult all for him to be the only person to have Pokemon, right?
No, but
Team
back-
Plasmas.
No, but go back to the
Yeah,
drip.
Team Plasmas go over to free all Pokemon, but then Guess is like, no, I want to be the only person.
No, but but hear me out. The like Team Aqua had the worst strip. That means them is basically pirates.
whoa.
No, they had Temple Trip in the original games.
In the original games, in the original.
In the remake, they were so much better.
Yo, the main villain on Team Aqua look badass, bro. Low key, bro.
He looks bad. He looks real
Also,
cool.
I'll fight you on that on that Team Flare being the worst evil team. You know why?
There's no way you can
Because
fight
Team,
Monarch.
because Team Yell exists, bro.
No, hold on. You only
Nah. What is that?
I don't count Team Yell as an evil team, which is why they get away with it, right? Because Team Yell, from the beginning, they actually kind of stated, we're not bad guys. We're here to support money. They had no ulterior motives whatsoever, right? Which is another reason why the game was kind of dumb, because like, at least a Team Skull, you had the feel like, hey, they could be up to something nefarious. But then with Yell, it's like, now we're not bad guys. We're just trying to make sure that money wins, you know,
By any means necessary. That's what makes them evil to me, you know. Those motherfuckers trying to stop me from getting to my gym battles, bro. They're evil to me, you know.
Nah, but Flair still was stuff.
Clearly, they had no ambition. Like all they was like beauty, fashion, something. I don't know what they were saying half the time.
Alexander just in the background like, yes, fashion, but I plan to nuke the world a second time.
I am going to destroy the world for fun because it's not pretty. I'm going to make it pretty now.
And it's either by killing everything or giving everything abundant. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah. I pray they don't remake X and Y, but they give us like a Legends, like Zygon or something, and that's all I don't
I
care.
know all you hate. I know all you hate X and Y. Yeah? But I was the moment I saw Avatar in the trailer. I was like, wait, that's a dark type legendary. Say no more, though. Guys,
The first Dark type Legendary too. Eveltal was top tier. Still one of my favorite.
That's very cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. A quick, boomer question. The most underrated Pokemon that you think needs more love, though?
more love?
Yeah. Like you like and you think it's underrated. Yeah, like because.
With almost 1,000 Pokemon, that is kind of hard. But
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Nah, but just think something else really.
Zygon needs more love. And the only reason why I think it needs more love is
not legendary, though. Okay?
no,
Facts.
but he got robbed of his own game and he got shoehorned into a side quest in the next one.
I see
needs
that.
love.
I
He
see
needs
that.
love.
I see that. But you see, he already has a big fan base. When he said I take a Pokemon that people don't really
Like
like
people.
too much, but actually is kind of dope, dog. And
Yeah, you take that one.
I don't think about that one.
Because I can't say Staraptor now because everybody likes Staraptor though. Because
I think the Gen 2 starters I think people forget those ones the most. Up until
You know what? Yeah.
that's not really good. That's not
Yeah,
really
he's
good.
right.
Gunshots.
like up until like somebody put in the game and gave it possibly the most based looking regional form ever.
He's a shaman.
No, that dog level 8. Like he's high on life right now.
Listen,
Think about
let-
7. Think about
You wanna
7.
talk? You wanna talk about shit designs for remakes and spin-offs, bro?
Don't talk about it, please. No, I know what you're gonna talk about.
Samurott, dog. That
Oh,
man looks
gosh.
But look at Palkia's origin form, hello?
No, fuck your origin from bad, right? But at least baseball here looks cool. Samurott still looks the same, and it's still ass, dog.
Listen, I don't understand why Samurott decided to stand on 4 legs like that.
And
make
not
any
be a
sense.
samurai, as his name implies.
Like his name implies, but I not questioning it.
I find the color decent though. I find it really dark blue on it real cool though, low key, bro.
Yeah.
I find it so.
But like, I think them Gen 2 starters, I feel like they get the least love, especially for starters.
They do. They do.
That's
Additionally, I feel like those 3, maybe except for Chikorita, are very cool.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
I like
no,
your
but-
character.
See, I don't even like
I think-
Chikorita.
I seen Wicked in chat now because I love the Oshawood line. I like the Oshawood line, except for Samurott.
Yeah, man, boy, let's chill out, okay?
No, it's a Hisuian.
No, I think Samurott.
You just said Samurott. Oh, I sorry, no.
Samurott design is what I like to call blue balls in our final evolution.
Hey yo!
It's like the reverse of Incineroar. It's the reverse of that way.
The reverse Incineroar.
Nah, Incineroar is trash, I'm sorry.
Samurai with 2 swords or 4 swords, you could have literally ripped off Zoro from One Piece, and nobody would have.
And you could have made bank, bro. You would have made bank. No, he's just a seal with a couple of daggers in his wrist. Dog.
Pushing the unicorn, dog.
You know
what? No, look. No. Even if he's a Bushido, I expect a katana.
Nah.
That garbage he have for
But my Pokemon going to be kind of lame compared to that, you know. Mine's is Quagsire though. I really like a Quagsire dog.
Oh my god.
I feel like we could have gotten a Mega Quagsire. I actually can agree.
Flygon, no, I think it was the Pokemon that deserves some love.
Nah.
Flygon should have gotten either Mega or
We don't care about that right now. We care about Quagsire. We care about Quagsire right now.
Quagsire.
Yeah, but good.
Quagsire was the original Mudkip.
That was just answer.
One a little bit biased, but like that's an next good one.
No, because here you know why I really like Quagsire though? Because a real thing, because you can catch a Whooper in the remakes now, the second gen remakes, and you get mud shot, you get a whole set of good moves, bro. I was like, what? Why nobody not talk about?
Quagsire deserves some love, dog.
Yeah.
I would like to say Absol deserves some love too.
Yes, I agree.
I bias the dark types now. That's my favorite type.
No,
He got Mega. I ain't really too fond
no,
of
bro. Lex, I have to tell a story. Lex, I have to tell a story. with Absol. So I play in the third gen. I play in the third gen, and you know, you find Absols either before or after the Weather Tower, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yeah.
So I see it because you know I read in the anime and I see that in the anime do the kind of cool thing in the anime. I was like, let me catch it. I catch it. I was like, I use this on the team. When I started using it on the team, I say this Pokemon gets no good moves, bro. This Pokemon gets no good moves, bro. And then I just give it up. I just play it. I just box it on and pick some.
Absol is only good if you catch one with Super Lock, though.
Boy, Absol is such a cool design, bro.
I agree. And lore-wise too.
I would have said this Scyther line, but we get a new Evo for Scyther.
And I think people like Scyther.
People like Scyther, but Scyther kind of meh when it comes
Kinda bonzo. Yeah.
Like, you know, we get Scizor. Like, Scizor is cool.
Bullet with the punches.
More, right? Look how long it takes us to get more for Scyther. And then we get Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor ain't that great.
Wait. Hot take. Wait. Hot take. I hate Mega Scizor design, bro. It's absolutely trash. It's really
Listen. Force is important for catching legendaries, don't get me wrong. But you see, right, gang, I hate cleaver design, dog. You can't be a Pokemon, like dual wielding axes where your hand is the size of Twix, dog. That don't make no sense.
I hate in the anime the cry for that. Scyther. I hate that cry.
Can we talk about that for a second, the anime, dog? Why Tracy catch our old Scyther and insist on using it in battle, bro? This Scyther coughing up our lungs every time he
that thing have pension, boy. That thing have pension.
Tracy wicked, dog.
Tracy's trash, bro. I do not care what anybody say Tracy. Tracy boring, bro.
Tracy is very boring.
Who's the dude from X and Y? I rather him than Tracy.
From X and Y? The green hair fella or the one?
Yeah, green hair fella, yeah.
Says those designers are downgrade from Scyther. I agree. You went from a man with literal signs for hands and gave him scissors. And I was like, bro.
You know who's our next love? Is our next water Pokemon. It's not the. It's not. It's the crabby variant in Turgeon.
Corfish.
The corfish line. Heat. That is heat, bro.
Sharpedo, I think Sharpedo, I'm pretty sure Sharpedo is very strong competitively.
Yes. I just use a Sharpedo competitively. My friend said because it has it gets speed every turn. You can get because let me check that over.
It's such a cool Pokemon design. And the other one, it has the crab. I know which crab line you're talking about. I don't remember its name.
You mean
Corfish. Corfish, I know.
Nah, you don't want culture. That's
No, I talk about corfish. I talk about corfish, bro.
Oh, I have a question for you. If the salty don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
What is a Pokemon design you initially did not like, but you really like now?
Rubbish.
You like Travis design?
Not that bad.
It's not that bad,
It's not that bad now.
For me, it would be Grimmsnarl was one of my least favorite designs, but then it grew on me like really well. And Toxtricity. Actually, I feel like a lot of the Gen 8 designs really grew on me. A lot of the Gen 8
you know what? Wait, so let me do mine. You know what? And this real out of the wall. Pillow swine and them though. Yeah, whole pillow swine line.
Pillow swine?
Yeah.
Pillow swine is he too. Mamo swine real bad dog.
Mano swine, I know the reason I don't like it with Mano swine. Goated Pokemon, bro.
I think that man, sir. It's not rubbish, it's Scrafty.
Scrafty?
Okay,
I
literal, like, Pokemon representation of black people.
So ironic.
Hey, yo.
As a man who just sat down and said, I hate fucking Gen 5 designs, most of them, dog. I love Volcarona, dog. I used to
I love a Volcarona.
Volcarona red heat, dude. Not gonna lie.
I hate the fact they had wait until like level 68 to evolve it.
That's
It's Gen 5. That's one of the worst ones of Gen 5. A lot of the later evolutions in the Pokédex took really long to get to.
Hydreigon.
It's 58.
It's so high. Why? Why is it so high? That's like almost post Elite 4.
Yeah, Gen 5 is the only game that's done that. And they haven't changed it. I don't know why they haven't changed it.
Wicked says the slacking line grew on him. Slacking line was heat to me, bro.
I like Vigoroth better.
I to him my father slacking and he punched me across his gym and I said, damn. What is that?
Read the manga for that because your father really don't like his son doing contest, dog. I was like, hey yo, they're really telling me man he can't do contests.
I need to read just manga, you know. It's been on my read.
And then in the remake for Sapphire, bro, they made that man worse because he gave the goddamn slackings retaliate, dog. So when they kill the first one, the second one jumps out, retaliate, and insta kills whatever you had before, dog. And I was like, damn, why you like this, daddy?
Norman is such a strong gym leader, and they have very few counters to him because you don't, with the exception of Porchek, you don't get many other fighting.
No, Here's the thing. Oh, and the design I really like. Hariyama is my boy, bro.
Oh, I like Hariyama. I feel like asking designs that I initially didn't like, no.
No, I didn't like Hariyama.
And next one is Electros. But I only like Electros because he does right catchment off guard because everybody just thinks that he...
It's like, I'm just gonna hit this electric type of earthquake and you're gonna one shot him. Nope, he has levitate.
Dog. I didn't think
Pokemon levitate. Real question.
Maybe he's a water type. Maybe he's a water type. I'll hit him a little grass move. Nope. Shoot electric, my guy.
Just run TPN with that Pokemon. I ran an Electros in my Gen 5. I love that Pokemon so much.
I ran an Electros competitively at a point because men still didn't used to get it that this man is an electric type with levitate.
My whole thing is like, it's so hard to find a Dynamo to level up because there's like a 2% chance in the electric charge cave. It's like, why? Why?
Hey, I just want to shout out to Manhattan, dog. Guys are really good. Fire Pokemon you could find in the wild, bro. And he doesn't really get that.
What is your favorite cheese start? That's what I'm wicked asking.
She's stressed.
Cheese
Oh,
straps.
bro. I never run this strat myself, dog, but I get real upset with my cousin hit me, dog. It's a balloon with spore, substitutes, and
bro.
kick dog. And low kick just for style. I hate that stupid actor. I hate it so much, dog. Because here's the plan, he's going to spore you, you're going to sleep, right? And you'll be like, oh, okay, big deal, I'll wake up in 2 turns. Then he's going to activate substitute. And then he's gonna spore you every 2 turns to keep you in a permanent sleep and
Yes,
just
sir.
low kick you to death. And I really hate that.
No, that is meta. That is legit meta. That is legit how you could play thing.
I
Play,
hate
that is
that.
legit meta.
I remember
Yeah.
with Hypnosis, 3 meter, and 2 other moves. It was probably Ominous Wind to proc the stat, the like every stat boost. Yeah. That if you push that with a if you calm mind with a set of Pokemon and then baton pass into that,
Oh, I was just gonna talk about
nothing will
that.
survive. Nothing will survive. It's simply you cannot. Nothing will be able to kill that Spiritomb. Very funny strat. It's great.
My cheese strat is using Mega Charizard with the Thunder and just hit solar beams for days for the water Pokemon. Any better.
Oh, I used to run a Dragonite with multi-scale, dog. With
Nice.
Unrest, just because I could.
Nah, that competitive. That competitive Pokemon.
Yeah, like competitive.
Yeah.
I never really used to run much cheese strats personally, dog.
Yeah.
Mainly because I hate this stall meta. I hate this stall meta.
No, I love this storm, man. I love no. Hear me out. Espeon, bro. If you run now storm method, run Espeon because Espeon has magic bounce, bro. She has magic bounce. So if a man hits you like a stat, like a toxic or something, again pitch back, and then you still run rage quit on Pokemon Showdown for that every time, bro. It was hilarious.
I hate stall meta so much.
I mean, at least it's not like playing against like having a hard counter like current Gen 8 meta or playing against playing Gen 6 meta.
You know,
Goodness me.
there was a guy on the local Pokemon who was real adamant that like we ban Gigantamax and Dynamax in for Pokemon Showdown. And I was like, bro, it's not that serious.
And not even that
Not that
OP.
hard to counter.
He's like, oh, it completely breaks the flow of the game. Gigantamaxes have all these abilities that break the flow of Pokemon. Take. And I'm like, dog, it's a gimmick. It really not that hard to deal with. Just Gigantamax yourself.
Nah, the man don't want to go off the man don't want to do that, but
Why? That's such a dumb one.
I don't know,
I'll
like
never understand Pokemon, competitive Pokemon's like, it has such a high learning.
and that is what I was talking about on stream with King Dog, yeah. As somebody who really likes competitive Pokemon, I think it's piss poor, and
It's terrible.
Game Freak is missing out on legit having like you know what they could really do as well. They could they didn't even need to think they could run Pokemon. We rather run Pokemon like, you know, a Coliseum, Battle Revolution. Shout out to Battle Revolution. That game is still beautiful to this day.
Oh, I love that game.
Battle Revolution.
It's like a interesting now instead of the current meta where it's ring your busted team on a white.
No, but here's the thing. Why they don't just take what Pokemon Showdown is doing, bro, and they can make the best game in the world, bro. They can do what you do.
I mean,
Pokemon Showdown-esque game on the Switch. Basically, like, that would be
basically a battle simulator.
yeah, battle simulator.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
That is for the and that would could
Money people would buy it.
and here's the thing, that don't, you know, had the kind of discourse now, like, because I was talking to this on King Tree, the discourse with like everybody wants something different from the Pokemon games now. The competitive people want something. The people who want the story cares about something. The people who care about the Pokédex cares about something. And like, I don't think ever Game Freak will ever, you know, let me say.
Like, wasn't it Gen 6 or Gen 7 where they added they added a way for you to train EVs and IVs.
Yeah, they make it. I
Yeah.
think they made it easier if I'm not
Super
mistaken.
training in Gen
Yeah.
5, dog.
Mm-hmm.
No, Gen 5, Gen 6.
Gen 8 is like the easiest game to like get into competitive, and I hope for Gen 9 they take what they did in Legends Arceus, where it's like they got rid of IVs and EVs and they put in like effort levels.
Yeah.
It's like how in traditional RPGs, how you kind of like level up your stats, you can just like add a point so it's like, hey, you know, now the stats is stronger.
Just bring out
They did that in
simulator,
Pokemon. I
man.
hope they bring it out across.
No, but honestly, we need a big boy RPG like in the style of like Battle Revolution and like Gila Darkness and thing, bro.
They need to make another one of those games because
Yeah.
I think Coliseum and Gale of Darkness are two very unpopular spin-off games. People are strong about it.
Loki, I played piece of it. No, Loki, I played piece of it, but I'm thinking of playing it soon though. I might play it on stream though.
As much as we
hard
want that,
game,
we're not going to get that. And let me tell you,
Yeah,
we're
that
not
game
going
is
to get
hard.
that. Because those games are console games.
Mhm.
And they are normally spin-off console games, right?
Yeah.
Now that
Which games is that we talking about?
like Coliseum, Killer Darkness, those things.
No, but I want them though. I still want them
Now
though.
that we have, now that the mainline games are on the Switch, which in and of itself is the console, you're not going to get that because they'll just go and say, why do this when you have the mainline game on the console?
But like
already.
what I was
That's
telling.
true.
No, but what I
I
was
really
telling.
need a mature storyline.
No, but there's always telling King on the other stream now. Give it to somebody else now. Let me see what these other developers and think. Let Hal do something. Let Hal Laboratories do something with that dog.
Let Monolith soft. Please let Monolith soft. Yeah, our platinum games.
I'm not
Please
sure
let
about
Monolith
platinum.
sort them. Make a Pokemon game.
Well, they make talk, right? But when other companies make Pokemon games, y'all doesn't support them as much.
No King supports it.
Forget Pokemon tournament, dog.
Yeah,
I
Pokemon
took Pokemon tournament and that game was okay. But then let's talk about Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, where they gave a mainline game over to a company that never made a full game before. And let's look at how that came out. And let's talk about how they're probably going to use that as a justification to never do that again.
I find that out. And I find out.
What is the problem with Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl?
It doesn't
It's
look
buggy. It's
it's
very
buggy.
buggy.
It's buggy.
Incredibly buggy. Not to mention that they locked. Here's the funny thing, right? Imagine you just get like your Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, right? And you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna play the game and beat the game, right? You never decide to download a patch. Let's say you're living in an area that has Winston, right? Without that day one patch, you can't go to the battle tower like that island. You can't go to that tower. The music is messed up. There's no credits. There's no beginning movie without that day one patch.
Damn, dog. That's
Lots
wild.
of very weird
Yep.
bugs. There are lots of very weird glitches and bugs that people exploit. I believe there's a way to beat the game in 20 minutes or something
Yeah.
like that.
I think the only thing I know about that game is that when they first released it, people realized that it is not two separate code bases between versions, two separate acts.
It's a flag.
It's a flag. It's
It's a bullion, bro.
Oh, it's flag, dog.
It's a bullion.
That's
It's a
red,
bullion, bro.
buddy.
Man, it's there with the basic bullion, bro. You love to see.
I
it,
am
bro.
100% sure nobody in Nintendo Game Freak would have let that happen. It would have been two completely separate software versions built from the original code base that you could
But-
never force into each other. Then.
But at the same time, programmatically, that makes a lot more sense. However, it
But for
looks
sales,
bad.
It looks bad.
yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
bad.
It
looks
Also
bad.
for sales, that just means anybody with enough know-how can just buy one and have both.
Yeah.
The modding scene for the Nintendo Switch is very, very popular considering the lack of features
Hey,
that it has.
Pokemon. Hey, talk about modding.
Somebody could
Yeah.
get into it.
Now, but talk about modding. Shout out to the Pokemon, the people who make Pokemon hacks and thing. Light Platinum is
Rom hack side.
yeah, like Light Platinum, heat.
Speaking of which, actually,
Y'all
no,
have
I'm going to promote the best Pokemon ROM hack ever created.
Yeah,
I know I'm sure everybody's heard of it. Pokemon Crystal Clear.
yeah. That's what we talking. That's what we talking.
Crystal Clear?
Yeah.
I never heard that. I played Pokemon Liquid Crystal, which was a remake of Crystal in the Fire Red and Leaf Green engine.
Yeah, I play
And
that
they
too.
just hiked the level of every enemy encounter
Yeah.
up by like 10 levels and gave them like potions and EVs. So that shit was wild.
This
Yeah.
one, Crystal Clear, is a kind of like I guess it's a Pokemon game that people have been asking for a very long time. Yet, unfortunately, I don't think they have anything past Generation 2 because the game is like, I don't know the programming terms there, but the game it's basically just built on like Generation 2. There's nothing added into it, so you can like play it on a Game Boy.
Right.
But you can you get to pick from about 12 or so different Pokemon. The 3 starters from Johto, the 3 starters from Kanto, and a variety of other Pokemon, including like Unknown, Magikarp. You can start the game with a Magikarp for whatever reason. And then you get to pick which place on either one of those maps that you want to start in. So you can start in Little Town in Johto, or you could start in Mahogany. You can start in any town that you'd like. And the game progressively gets more difficult as you go on. So you start in the first gym. The world's first gym is like a basic first gym level, 2 Pokemon, about level 10 each. And as you go on, the gyms get stronger, the Pokemon get stronger, everything around you gets stronger. The game evolves as you get stronger. It is extremely fun. Because additionally, since you can start anywhere, you can do the gyms in any order you feel like. When I had played it, I started with Cyndaquil, and because I was extremely intelligent, I just went to all the bug and grass type gym leaders first. So I could level up.
Man, he's in strategy.
Look at this man. Look at this man min-maxing a Pokemon game now.
But back to but like to Rom Hart. Yeah. But back to Rom Hart. Yeah, but back to Rom Hacks and thing. But like it seems to look like in the Rom Hack scene, because that is like one of my favorite scenes in the Pokemon, community. Would you like? I know this is a kind of thing. Would you ever play a game with Fake Amon, bro?
I've never actually picked up one. You mean like Pokemon Uranium and all these other ones?
Yeah, because there's one that had one that was really, really good, and like the fake Pokemon look good now. But the thing is, the Nintendo ninjas came for them, dog. The Nintendo ninjas. Hey, I so sad that project never come out, dog.
Cease and desist, dog.
No, but the thing is, it's like, why you don't hire these? Like, I was telling King this thing, why you don't hire these men, bro? These men care about the game, bro.
Because they care. Nintendo don't care about you care. Nintendo don't care about that
because the biggest finesse is with Game Freak and Nintendo. We had to buy 2 copies of the same game and then buy a third one after.
Oh boy, that's why I'm glad with Sword and Shield. Honestly, with Sword and Shield, the best thing that they ever did was introduce DLC. While it cost $30 for it, I mean, it's still better than having to buy Sword and Shield 2 or like Shield and Gun.
I'd like to talk about something.
Go ahead.
So, I sent a video to King and Solskjaer a while ago, but I don't know if they actually had it.
I know what you're talking about.
Was that the one with Pokemon is a logistical nightmare, that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll give you 9 minutes on the floor for this one.
Yeah. And the man made a very good point towards something that, that's why I had to cut them some slack for a little bit of Sword and Shield, I guess. They kind of dig themselves into a hole with this, like 6 generations of the whole. Hey, all the Pokemon are here. All the Pokemon we've ever made are here. And it's like logistically and feasibly, that should have never been on their plate. Because as he said, think about a Digimon game. Yeah. Digimon has thousands of Digimon at this point, but you will never open a Digimon game, even the latest one, and it says get all Digimon here, because that's a logistical nightmare. Because you have to model all these things over, animate them over, even if you port in assets over from previous games, that still takes time, effort, and debugging to deal with. And you have to do this for both all the old Pokemon, and then you have to do the new ones, make sure everything works properly. That is why Pokemon Journey only have 3 animations. I get hurt, a special animation,
Nah,
and
but oh
attack if they have
gosh,
it,
bro.
and a generic attack animation.
No. So Lex, just sorry to interrupt you. That is why we think that is why we personally think we want those spin-off games. So they don't need to put too much Pokemon in those games, right? But we will have better animations, especially if it's from another team now.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly agree with that.
Why they decided to just never bring back the national decks? Because it like after a while it just became a nightmare to like program.
Yeah, it's a nightmare to do, and this is not like sprites that were animated. It's just
Yeah, these are like full-on 3D models
of
now.
a Pokemon. This is full.
I mean, yeah, admittedly, it is still pretty obsessing because like it came at the worst possible time too, because they did it on the first entry on the Switch. Like they could have done it. If they could have done it, they should have done it on the 3DS. They really should have done it in Gen 6.
Bro, they should have done that since like Gen 4, oh my guy. I'm not going to like
Gen 4 or Gen 5. Actually, Gen 4 is fine. Gen 5, actually Gen 6 it makes the most sense because that's when they started their 3D models. Like up until Gen 5 is fine, but Gen 6 is really when it just started.
Maybe.
How many Pokemon they would have had at Gen 6? Like
721,
exactly. That would have
and that's excluding megas.
Exactly.
like that would have been for them to have to redo all their models for a Switch game. And I mean,
Even if you are importing them from there to the Switch, it still needs to be upgraded with a level of polish. And we know Game Freak ain't the best when it comes to polishing our time frame.
haven't polished most of their games since
Gen 6.
Gen
Exactly.
6.
Yeah.
They haven't added anything new. They haven't added it. Most of their models are very similar, if not the same thing.
Exactly. Because why do all that work to reinvent the wheel again? But at some
I
level,
really understand that.
it still takes
I don't know
work
if
now.
I don't know if you've seen the videos, like I don't want to call them hit pieces, but like people do not like the Pokemon community does not like the fact that most of the sprite, most of the models come from Gen 6 games. That's probably one of
Yeah,
like,
because some of those models are garbage. Shout out to my boy Typhlosion having the
Ooh.
in his screen. Anyway.
oh, that is
No, but is it? Yeah. The thing is, the Gen 6 models and by extension, they had like the Pokédex Studio at the point in time, right?
Yeah.
They had 2 good sources of models to go off of, and all you other had to do was texturing after that, and they'd have been fine. But I think they decided to rebuild them from the ground up for most of them, which is like so stupid because you had like a good like repertoire of like models to at least work with off of the ground. And I think that's why a lot of the fans who actually have the technical know-how got upset with Sword and Shield, because like you have 7 generations with some models. Use them. Like
Okay, now hear me out, right? And I have learned this from being on game dev and program on Twitter for the past 3 years, dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fans have all the fucking time in the world to do whatever they want. If you are a company, and you know this as most of you know this as programmers and developers in this podcast here, it's like if you have a deadline to meet and you have all these other things to do, certain things are gonna have to get chopped, because you have to model an entire new region. We don't even talk about the Pokemon here, we're talking about the world. You have to model an entire new region, all the NPCs, all the music has to get approved and done. These things aren't as easy as we need a song. Yeah, just pick something on the bargain.
And my thing with this too.
Really good music, dog. All these things take time.
But here's the argument against that. The argument against it, but also for it, is that with video games you can delay. However,
Yes, that's what I was saying.
That is the problem.
but however, with Pokemon is the only franchise that you can't delay the games.
Are you sure about that? Wait.
You
No,
can't delay.
you cannot delay a Pokemon game because every
Then you
single thing
delay
you delay everything else, and that's the main problem. Is that
Yeah.
Merge, you're delaying spin-off games, you're delaying
You delay everything.
No, it's probably not the case. You delay everything else, and that's the main issue as to why we can't give Pokemon. You can't delay a Pokemon game because of that, and that's
Right,
just a
then
sad
that
part.
is the functional problem that Pokemon has a schedule that must come out every 3 years. That is the problem. The problem isn't that Game Freak is lazy. If Game Freak was lazy, you wouldn't get Gigantamax forms and all these things. Game Freak isn't lazy. Game Freak has to do everything within a time frame.
But that's a time frame that they set themselves. They literally
no.
Talk
But it's not only Game Freak. As the video explained that the Pokemon Company,
Trash.
as in
that's
the
true.
Pokemon Company, is owned by multiple shareholders that must get their revenue.
When the main premier Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures.
And
It's also like the merchandise holders and everything.
Yeah.
If they say we are ready, we have all the plushies for the next 3 starters out, it must come out, it has to happen. Game Freak has to say, well, fuck, I guess we have no choice. Release the unfinished game.
No, but my thing is with this. But Zay, let me get this quick. My thing with this, right? I've always tell people, because this happened to Cyberpunk, one of my favorite devs, CD Projekt Red. That happens to everything that I really like, and it comes out too early. I will always say, delay the damn game, bro.
No, but Pokemon literally can't do that.
I know.
Literally.
No, but I'm just saying, if it could help the quality of the
It will
game,
help.
delay the damn
It's
game.
eventually good.
Good. A rush game is bad forever. But then again, DLC exists now, so you can't really say that, but you know.
No.
Nobody ever forget the release of Cyberpunk. It is bad.
Talk about like No Man's Sky and stuff like that too, yeah.
No, but the thing is, no. But the thing is with that, I hate when devs think like that. Not everybody is No Man's Sky. Not everybody is Rainbow Six Siege, because people forget that Rainbow Six Siege got a lot of hate when it now came out. Now.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
It was unbalanced as hell.
So I'm just saying. All in all, dog, delay the damn game. Sorry, Zane, go ahead.
If
man.
it was,
If it was possible, what would I say to work in Game Freak's thing? Hire more people and have a longer dev cycle, and that would at least help. Like they could start like we're going into Gen 9. They could start to develop. Well, they started to develop Gen 10. Let's say on the regular schedule, but also start development of Gen 11 from now. That would be the best thing.
Zane has been trying to say something.
Yeah, let's say.
Sorry.
Well, I was gonna agree with most of the things that they were saying.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of said as well. But I think as a company, even though they set these timelines up for themselves, you know, they have all their shareholders. You can't continue this trend. Like Gen 9 coming out, and I can already feel I already have a feeling in my mind that the bring back National Dex argument can start in full force the moment they start showing Pokemon, because the trailers had some Pokemon, they didn't have all of them, and I know that when they eventually
they already confirmed that we're not getting the full decks in the game.
Yeah, and I think that's better. For me personally.
And when people start realizing that, like, you know, that's not gonna happen and that it's probably not gonna happen again, they can start complaining and saying Game Freak lazy and all. They never doing anything right. And it's like, well, you make a game in 3 years, huh? You try and make a game for a big company that has to come out. I mean, Nintendo don't have plenty standards, but the standards there. They had to do a game that is
Say that again there. Say that last line again there.
No, I wouldn't say Nintendo doesn't have standards. It's literally only Game Freak. Like, let me look at other Pokemon games. You look at like Breath of the Wild, you look at like the new Kirby game, Mario. All of those games are like perfect within their franchise. It's Pokemon that's literally the only, like, kind of like the bastard child.
And I also think but for me though, I also like somebody who is I need that 60 FPS. I think also sometimes they like to push too much for the hardware they have now, and that does get me sick. Like bad frame rate does get me sick.
That is also an issue that Game Freak has. They don't know how to optimize the game either. My
issue with that whole hiring more people thing It's like you can hire as much people as you want, dog. A deadline is still a problem if it's
Our deadline is our deadline. How I work it, our deadline is our deadline, bro.
Yeah,
numbers,
deadline is a
numbers only help so much. And as you were saying, comparing it to like the Metroids and the Breath of the Wilds and stuff like that, those series don't have to answer to multiple other avenues of media as a result now, way. Because Pokemon isn't just the Pokemon games, it is the
That's
anime,
everything.
it's the card games.
That's our empire, bro. That's our empire.
It's a legitimate empire. Everything has a Pokemon thing in it. Though. There's Pokemon themed everything. Radio shows,
Keychain.
plush tees, keychain, music, merchandise, everything. So the moment they say, hey, making Gen 9, everybody springs into action.
Nah.
And they're like, well, when Gen 9 coming out? Winter 2022? Cool, we working on that deadline. And if Game Freak comes and says, guys, how about you give this summer 2023? We already spent all this money in marketing, we already spent all this money in merch, we already spent all this money in the TV show anime that's ready to go. We can't delay this. So either release it unfinished or don't release it at all.
No. You know what's going to happen? The only reason that could only happen if they do a WWE 2K20 now. If it's so bad.
Yes.
If
It
it's
has to be so bad that they have to go, shit, bro, we had to skip our Gen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, well, obviously they can't delay, but like, I mean, at some point they had to release something.
No,
Like,
at some point they're gonna hit our wall. Some point they're gonna hit our
You know,
wall.
yeah, what to say?
Like, they haven't, that game's been in development for God knows how long.
Right,
Bayonetta
but
3, the next good one, in development for a long ass time, it still hasn't come out. Nintendo giving them these really strict guidelines while it sucks. It seems like to keep some of the
But
relevant
that's-
info, they kind of need to have them.
Now the thing you're missing that you're not understanding, right? Nintendo isn't in charge of the Pokemon now, right? Game Freak isn't, you're not even Game Freak in charge, though. It's like a Hydra or like a Cerberus. They have multiple heads that all acting individually for this one Pokemon body. And if one head says, I'm not ready yet, that's too damn bad.
And
When it comes
also-
to like Metroid or something, Metroid is directly under Nintendo. Only Nintendo can say, this is not coming how we want to know. Delete everything and start over. That's
Delete it.
fine. If Game Freak says, yo, all of this not working out to we just delete and start over. Other heads are going to go, are you crazy? Can't do that.
My Pokemon hoodie needs to come now, bro.
Yeah. We need you on board now, Sway.
Oh wait, let me pull up my Discord link. So if anybody wants to join my Discord, you know.
New Pokemon games, actually. Well, they think about the new Gen 9 starters. If you've seen them.
I've seen it. I can't even remember. how they look.
It's a grass cat, a duck, and
I'm picking the grass
Okay.
cat though. I'm picking the grass
And-
cat because I like grass Pokemon.
everybody, I know you picking grass cat because you like grass. Other people picking grass cat because he's a cat. I kind of want to pick duck
Same.
just to see what he turns into. Because I know I like the fire one. He's just a vibing dinosaur. And I'm like, okay, I like him. But the duck is exactly the same with Grookey when Grookey came out. I went to myself and was like, okay, everyone gonna like the bunny. People gonna feel bad for what was his name, dog? The gecko from Gen 8, dog. I forget his name. He's from Italian. You know what I mean, dog? Because he's sad all the time, but you gonna feel bad for him. And then it's gonna be like, oh, and the monkey. I said I want the monkey because I want to see where this is going. And he becomes a girl of sunset. So, you know.
Okay.
I can't-
No, let me answer, okay? Everybody just picked thing for the most flecked up reason we in the internet. Look at Rule 34, bro. Look at Ben on Rule 34, bro.
Way too much Rule 24 of one particular starter from Gen 9, which I will not say.
Let's not discuss that.
Gen
It's a
9?
lot.
But it ain't even out yet.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it doesn't need to be out, buddy.
It doesn't need to be
out.
out. When you see a character, look. I was playing Overwatch when Overwatch now come out and the cinematic come out. Rule 34 went crazy with Tracer, bro.
Let me tell you how I pick my starters since day one, all the way up to recently. Gen 1, I admit I picked Charizard because I was like, oh cool, a fire lizard. Gen 2, I picked Chikorita because it's so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna front, it's so happy, I like it. Fuck you, dog. Anyway.
I picked Chikorita
Gen
also just requirements because it's our grass.
Lol, I picked Chikorita because he looked so happy, and then Bailey was even happier, and then Meganium was just this rare sunshine. I was like, I did the right thing. Gen 3, I picked Mudkip. I feel like I don't need to say any more about that. It's Mudkip.
Mudkip, of course.
It's Mudkip.
Okay.
Gen 4, I picked the monkey. Coming for it because I'm not going to lie to you, Fire Monkey seemed more interesting than the other two, and then I hate Empoleon's design.
What? Hey yo, what?
Yes. Unpopular opinion, I do not like Empoleon's design.
What is that, man?
Gen 5 did not like Gen 5 starters, to be honest with you, not much good.
I like the
I probably ended up picking Superior if I remember correctly.
That's Superior, go to go.
Because it was a snake. Because it was a snake, that's the only reason I picked it. Gen 6 was X and Y. What was this? Oh, Greninja, because he's a ninja and he was a dark type dog. Gen 7, which was Alola. What did I pick in Alola? Oh, I picked Incineroar. I'll go different. He was a wrestler, dog. He was a fire title, man.
No. Hey, Zane, you need to know I'm a big wrestling fan, so I have to, even though I like grass Pokemon, that Pokemon go to it, bro. And I'm out, bro.
I agree. He should have, I wish the cat stayed on 4 legs, but then I saw the fire title belt and his move was called the Darkest Lariat, and I was like, I'm gonna have to do it now. And Sword and Shield, I picked the monkey.
You went back to monkey, or?
I returned to monkey.
Boy.
Least favorite, ironically, I hate 2 water Pokemon designs the most, and that's Empoleon and Samurott.
Hey, yo.
Oh god, I hate those designs.
Well, I can understand the Samurott, but why the Empoleon look like a Empoleon looks like a Digimon, bro. Empoleon looks like a Digimon.
Empoleon just doesn't vibe with me. Like, I hate the water steel typing. I just don't like that.
No, but I love it's like its thing move. I love what it is, Sting Cannon. It's not Flash Cannon, but it's the other one.
I think I know you're talking about that.
What is
but I for alligator, I would have probably
for alligator. Oh, you know what I think for alligator, bro. For alligator is good. That's my first Pokemon I ever picked.
Listen, Game Freak rail from the bag with the Gen 2 starters, except for Chikorita, because the final forms are just big versions of the first ones.
But they basically Digimon. That's basically Digimon.
Because Typhlosion is just a big Cyndaquil, and for alligator is literally a big Totodile. That's it.
Nah, but for alligator.
Dog, I think people overhype. Dog, Totodile's gas. I don't know why people like it so much.
What? Hey, yo!
It's a design.
Just a big turtle. I mean, a big alligator. He's a big alligator middle class. Dumb as shit.
Coconut? You like coconut?
He look like a
baby.
he look like a caveman. He look like a caveman, bro.
You're supposed to be a caveman. I do like the Gen 2 the final form.
Loki, I think Meganium.
Different from his previous forms. I said, okay, I like this.
I find Meganium looks really cool though. I think.
I love Meganium.
Bayleaf, I don't know, bro.
Bayleaf looks really very silly.
Dog, Bayleaf is just a big Chikorita, dog, and I like that for second forms, bro.
Nah, but Bayleaf, bro. Oh my! I think I also just hate Ash Bayleaf, bro. Ash Bayleaf is just cried out. I don't know. Baby, he just bought baby.
talk to the people who say I just nostalgic about Pokemon designs, you're all wrong because Gen 1 have some extremely dumb designs too.
But-
I've
but-
already talked about
Yeah,
Pokemon.
but
Let's talk about Dragonite for a second.
No, but
Did you
finish
know
that
Dragonite-
off. But let's finish that off, and we have one more topic so we can wrap up stream.
So, Dragonite wasn't even supposed to be Dragonair final form, bro. They look nothing alike, though.
Mm-hmm.
Pro tip, they actually search around multiple final equals in Gen 1 and all.
Yeah.
Did you know Butterfree was supposed to be the evolved form of Venonat?
Venonat, yeah.
And Venomoth was supposed to be the evolved, the final form of Caterpie. But somewhere along the line, someone said, that seems too commonsensical. Switch it around.
Looks too good.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, dog, with that, dog, with just designs on just Pokemon in general, we had to so much our thing, dog, so.
Mega Beedrill design is real hard.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, quick before our last topic, pay it in the chat and thing, you know. Pay it in the
now's the
chat.
time.
So, but my final topic, and I want to start first with this one. What is your favorite Pokemon moment, like you can remember? And I can think of it right now.
What?
Right now on the platform, Twitch plays Pokemon was hilarious in the chat, bro. That was the most chaotic thing. Twitch
You
plays
mean better,
Pokemon.
though.
Twitch
Because I was gonna say, when Pokemon Go came out, dog, and they had unveiled the teams now.
Yeah.
As a man went, before they even thought about it, I print a Team Instinct t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Because I did a custom one that had a plus and a minus in the Zapdos body, and
Yeah.
it said in battery Jesus we trust.
Yeah.
Which plays Pokemon, dog. I said I t-shirt in my cupboard, dog. Battery Jesus. That shit kill me, bro.
Yeah, and these sort of questions from Pokemon fans, from non-Pokemon fans, anything. Or just random questions you can ask the we think. So we have one question, but any other moments, because I'm not sure if King's still here though. So seeing your
Oh,
favorite,
that great.
Internet kind of cut out. What was he saying?
What is your favorite Pokemon moment that you remember?
me and like
It don't have to be
Twitch
from the game. They can be on our home.
me and like spec Twitch plays Pokemon because that was heat, bro. That's
Hyper tell them.
I think some of my favorite moments are looking at Korokoro leaks. Well, the wrong Korokoro leaks. The ones that were wrong, how they like just some of them were very funny. There's there was an old leak of some regional forms that people
Oh,
thought
yeah.
and they look so fake. And
yeah.
Coral leaks, dog. Yes, I remember, dog. The water Arcanine, bro.
What? Hey, somebody said me that song is kind of fired.
It was just a blue Arcanine, dog. It was.
I can Google that now.
Like,
What?
yes, water Arcanine.
I was not around, unfortunately, I was not around when Twitch plays Pokemon. I wasn't a big internet. I didn't have good internet connection when that was going on.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to watch it. But I did hear about it, the what?
If I had to pick a favorite Pokemon moment, that since I can't pick Twitch-based Pokemon, because so to take that out, I would say when Pokemon Go came out and everybody was on their teams and bickering, though, like it was an actual gang war, dog. Like Valor and Mystic at each other's throats in real life, bro, and Team Instinct just there vibing. That was real hilarious and fun to be a part of, dog. I used to love that.
Mm-hmm.
Team Valor is that one. Sorry, I can't.
I didn't even know which team. I on, bro.
I was on Instinct, though. Again, because Battery Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me see some questions here. Though.
Yeah, I would deal with
Favorite
them.
Ash rival.
Yeah, I would deal with the question, so don't worry. I would think. So,
Okay, cool.
favorite Ash rival, dog.
Paul.
Paul,
There's no
Paul,
one.
there's nobody.
It's Paul.
If you want to say Gary because our legacy, yeah, I can give you a thing of Paul, bro. Paul make this.
Nah, fuck off, dog. It's Paul, bro. Paul literally was us. Paul was us, though.
Nah,
Oh, I
Paul.
catch it. Paul Starly picking the best one and releasing the rest.
No, I didn't understand. I didn't understand that at the time, though, because I was still young. Now I was like, oh shucks, this man EV train. This man looking for.
I mean, best arch rival, probably Paul. I can't think of anybody else.
Gotta be Paul.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to tell me the person who fuck over Ash the most is that man who bring a flicking Latios to the Pokemon League and a Darkrai, that man is an asshole.
How's that legal, by the way? How did they get away with that?
No, because it's Pokemon. It's, at the end of the day, it's Pokemon though. So
It's a Pokemon, yeah. But that was my last though. Because everybody in the league, like, oh yeah, boy, you're gonna fight to be the very best, so you can become number one. This man roll up from a different region, rocking a Latios, though. And everybody was like, what is that? What's a Latios? And nobody beat it except Ash. It take Ash 5 Pokemon to beat the Latios, though. And I was like, damn. Ash on the back foot, dog. I think he could somehow pull it off in Pikachu. This man proceeds to fling out that Darkrai, and I was just like, Ash ain't winning this.
there was like, you know, let me humble Ash after that Paul win. Let me humble him. Right, so a really good question from Lo-Fi Kado. As a person who never like RPGs, what Pokemon game should I play first as a newbie to RPGs as a whole though?
Gentry. I call it out, dog.
I would think I'd go Soul Silver.
Either, yeah, one is Gen 3 or Gen 4. Gen 5 could be a little bit much. Gen 6 and Gen 7 are
Actually,
bad.
I probably would say either Gen 3 or Gen 6. I say Gen 3 because that's the one I started with. Gen 3 isn't overly complex, yada yada yada. But as a beginner RPG, I would unironically say Gen 6 because it holds your hand as a new player. Like, you don't know what you're doing. So let's help you a little bit. I hear Gen 6, but if I'm a newbie, it could work though.
No, I find people would like
Gen
now.
7 might also be a good one, because that's very hand-holding.
I don't want to say Gen 4 because Gen 4 so fucking slow.
Gen 4 slow, but it also gives you a lot of fundamentals, because Pokemon teams, I remember correctly, the gym leaders actually have competent teams.
Yes.
So,
That's true. But it's so slow.
No, that's why I recommend. That's why I recommend the best game first. No, I legit recommend the best game first. Hard goes so slow. Hard goes so slow.
Those was still slow.
Nah, but it's still the best game.
but it's really good fundamentals that you need.
I'm giving it good Pokemon too, and giving it really good Pokemon.
That's true. It gives you really good Pokemon.
Like you could start off with a Sentret, Pidgey, and like not a Rattata, and a Marine. And
Loki,
four Pokemon alone to be enough. But
Loki, if you're feeling risky, you can get a Geodude, bro. Try and run a Geodude. Try and run. Fleck that Onyx that you have to trade with a Bellsprout. That Onyx. Do one.
Wicked. Dog. Gen 4 is also my favorite gen, dog. Like, it just barely beats the nostalgia of Gen 3 by a very small margin, but Gen 4 is my favorite.
Nah, Gen 3 is my nostalgia. Gen 3 is
real slow, dog.
You know what I say?
That's when you are.
Yeah. So, what? Because, like, on our whole world, like, there's so much thing we could talk about. But I think we discussed a lot, and I really appreciate the amount of people that showed up today to support. If they just
stuck on a left testicle. Why you
Hey,
like
you.
A-pump, no? I like A-pump.
I like Ambipom. I like
That
Ambipom.
design is nightmare fuel.
What is it really?
For is nightmare fuel.
I mean, that was
Bomb is nightmare fuel. Is the grin and the red on the tails and everything. That was
What this one?
also one underrated thing again, Lopunny, bro. The evolve from
Nah, Lopunny not underrated. You ever see Rule 54? Come on, man.
Nah.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring up an area. Don't bring up an area.
Why?
I don't need to think about that.
What going on?
Why they make Mega Lopunny into Playboy bait? It come on, they break better than that.
Facts.
Yeah, horny. Hey, you know what else is horny, dog? Miss. Oh God, boy, Carnivore. Oh God.
Oh my God, there are way too many people that. I mean, I feel like people took that I don't know if they know the text in Gen 5. I think some people took it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we apparently compared with your Pokemon they compatible with. I was just like, oh my god, why?
It might be Gen 4, Gen 5. One of them had
question.
some books that talked about how people used to get married to Pokemon. And there's an episode in the anime of somebody getting married to a Pokemon.
But question before that. How do you feel about Drapion? Quick though. I find Drapion design.
Drapion?
Yeah.
I love Drapion. Dog.
Facts.
I really do like Drapion. Dog. Like, I shit you not, dog, when I first saw Scorpy in like the in the Safari Zone, I was like, oh, look at this little scorpion bastard. I'll catch you even though you're a bug type and generally weak as hell. And then I got Drapion, who was a dark and poison. Two of my favorite types. And I said, yes.
And that look like a boss monster, bro.
I like Drapion's design a lot, but like of those kind of designs that they had, I think Roserade and Toxtric's designs way better, especially Roserade. Roserade has one of the coolest designs I've ever seen in a Pokemon game.
You know what cool is design of Magmota. This man just rocking 2 cannons.
Two cannons. Pull up a strap.
Oh, quite a big. I know this Pokemon gets like. I'm not sure how people feel about. How they feel about Drifloon though.
I like Drifloon. I actually do like Drifloon.
I really like it too.
I think its design is a little strange, but I like it.
It's a balloon.
It's a ghost balloon that will stay killer and dog.
It's not hard. It's really effective.
It's so
Or like I said,
you know what Pokemon where I think of Fortune? Hippoton. I just think of
Yo, I don't understand that. I was wrong when the Pokemon anime first aired and shit, bro. I was youth. The Hitmontop blew my mind as a child. I was like, oh my god, it's a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan at once. Only two that Hitmontop ain't that good, so whatever.
Remember looking for a Hitmon, or trying to get one and not understanding, as a child and not understanding how it's supposed to evolve. I still barely understand it to this day.
Basically, if you max defense, you get Hitmonchan. If you max attack, you get Hitmonlee. And if you have them equal, you get Hitmontop. It's not intuitive for a child at all.
Yeah, the one thing I hate about Pokemon. Yeah, one thing I hate about Pokemon is the trait evolutions one. Whoever think that was a smart idea needs to hit the two every morning.
Yeah, it's a smart idea because you want more people to buy different versions of your game so that they can compete with Pokédex, right? From a business perspective, it makes sense. I respect that. However, when you start to tell me these Pokemon are also available in the wild, then I'm like, well then why can't I just catch a Evolve from in the wild?
Question is, I feel like the only thing I wish that they did, and ROM hacks do this all the time, adding an item that allows you to upgrade, to evolve traded Pokemon. Because like, I mean, when I played, like when you play original games and on like PC editions of original games, you can't really do that in some cases.
Is our longness.
You can't evolve. Certain Pokemon just can't evolve because you don't have anybody to trade with, which sucks.
As I say, it made me think of this too. Pokemon that you initially liked but you're not fond of really anymore. Mine is Skarmory. I remember first seeing Skarmory taking that heat, a steel bird. I ain't really too fond of Skarmory anymore. I don't really hate it. It's just there.
I don't like Altaria as much as I used to. When I first played Emerald, Altaria was like the coolest thing I ever saw. It's alright.
It's alright.
For me is Magma, bro. Because I'm not again. I think it's okay. But that thing, that man had balls on the head, bro. Like, they
Balls on his head.
You know, I'm watching the Pokemon right now. Metachamp, I think Metachamp okay now. I think it's okay.
I like Medicham. I used to like Medicham. I never like Meditite. His head was an onion. Remember, it's soft. Oh, that's on Gen 5, eh?
Yeah.
Soft, dog. I trying to remember.
That is one that the dude just look like a real person, but he's a Pokemon, bro. He's look like a Taekwondo. He's look like a...
Yeah, but like him and Flo. Because it's like they're trying to... The whole of Gen 5 is like you redoing a Gen 1. And it's like they're supposed to kind of be like what is called this macho kind of them, dog. But it's still a little too human to me now, boy. It's like why they wearing robes, dog. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Karate.
Nah, but and the other one who was holding the big steel beam like he part like he put,
Construction workers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I saw the construction workers.
that Pokemon. I say the first Pokemon, the first Pokemon name is Timber or whatever his name, and then I say alright, it doesn't look too bad. The second one, alright, I not.
Concrete, dog.
And then
Slab on concrete.
this man does drink more beaver. That's Pokemon does drink more.
100%, dog. Bidoof? I hate Bidoof.
Okay. We but I was saying not but I was saying is Hypno the Hypno Pokemon with the sand thing as Metalist get up with I was in one of the gym leaders. It was Rockfather who have it now. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, let me get the last topic. What in particular you want, let me say, Pokemon Company, Game Freak on our home? What is your desires? What do you think they should do, and what is your desires to end the stream?
Obviously, I wish they delay by a cycle just to like get the next games to be great, dog. But we talked about that at a while ago.
Yeah.
So I would say, dog, bring back the Pokemon anime in such a way that I do have to be following Ash every time. Dog. Give me a new protagonist, or make Ash not relevant. Just give me a new protagonist. You can age up Ash and have him in the background or something. Give me a new protagonist, dog. I fed up see Ash and this friendship bullshit for 9 generations. No. Oh God, bro.
Yeah. Same? You have anything to say?
Thinking about it,
I will go
so
for
much things I wish they would do.
Yeah.
I wish they would create a better competitive scene.
Mm.
I wish they would create Pokemon, like a better version of Pokemon Bank. I wish they would just straight up like, and I don't want to sound like, I know a lot of people don't want this to happen. Straight up, just put the old Pokemon game like Gen 3, 4, 5. Straight, just put them on the Switch. Don't even change them. Emulate them. Run them on an emulate if you want to, Nintendo.
Wait,
Because no, they I don't know if you know, but a lot of the
I know.
those, yeah, just run them on an emulate if you want.
Don't let the
But,
Nintendo ninjas hear that. Don't let the fanboys hear that.
Like, I feel like one thing I really want Pokemon to do is just do more with like the stuff that you already have. Like re-release old games, make patches to games that they already bring back Pokémon Tournament or something. Like
Bring back Pokemon Tournament 255 heat.
Put Pokemon Unite on the PC. Like do things like that. Do things Nintendo doesn't do because Nintendo is a bunch of pussies. Like go out of your way to do things that we need, people would want. Like, I mean, don't cease and desist Pokemon Tournament. I mean, Pokemon Showdown. That would be terrible.
Hey,
but, like,
I will fight to Nintendo one time though.
That buy them out.
Nah.
Like
Nintendo has a, what I can only describe as an agreement with Pokemon Showdown somehow.
it like do something so that we could have more fun Pokemon games. Because when Gen 9 comes out and it inevitably gets dogpiled because it's not like quote unquote good, I think it will be a fun experience. It will be good when, like, even if Gen 9 come out and it's like okay, I would like at least that it's fun. The last couple generations kinda suck.
Now hold on, I had fun with Sword and Shield and I had fun with
I feel like they weren't good.
Yeah.
They
I
weren't
never said
very
they were
good.
good, I just said I had fun.
if they made good, I feel like if they really take the time to make this next game, it will be good. And for the love of God, if that stupid weed cat is on 2 legs by its final evolution, somebody in Game Freak get killed.
Look how it's gonna be a fighting type Pokemon. Look how it's gonna be a fighting type Pokemon. Watch. I'm predicting that.
A grass fighter.
It's gonna be our next Green Moon. It's gonna be a...
And I'm somebody.
Oh, you made it, dog. Don't make him a grass fighter. I beg.
You and your goat mouth do that. If that happens, I come in my house, I'm beating you up. A big stick.
Watch. Watch how you gonna be a fighting type Pokemon. Watch.
Oh, that fight, I Pokemon, I swear though, it's fight. Somebody get bucked, I for sure.
Depending on who get the Pokemon in the series, I will know what is the final evolution. Depending, bro. Nah, fuck that.
I won.
No, but let me finish. Let me get it.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I really want is, like I said earlier, I want other developers to try something with the Pokemon license now. Let me get our next Revolution 2. Let me get Gala Darkness, but not use that mechanic. Because I still haven't tried the kind of ghost mechanic in that game, but I want to try it soon. Shadow Pokemon. No, but Shadow Lugia is good.
Shadow Lugia is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. I think what I want also is just more. Like this comes back to the point. More diversity in the titles and thing, and more having also bring Pokemon games to PC. Dominate the PC market, bro. If you dominate the day Pokemon say, hey, we releasing our mainline Pokemon game on the PC. Woo!
Because Nintendo do release their own games on PC.
Yeah, but that's not just a FIFA Dream I want. But I also think that we need to, I think as a community, we need to make sure our word is our bond, because I remember when man was thinking about the Pokédex, I never going to support this franchise again. How could you never think Precisa have the second best selling Pokemon of all time, bro?
True.
Bro. I just want no more cap, bro. I don't want no more cap from the Nintendo community, bro. That is all.
Yeah, it's either you're buying it or you're not buying it.
Always say, but we have to support it. No, you can't be on Twitter saying you thing. What else I want?
It's all fun and games. We say we're not supporting it, and then Nintendo just say, "Alright, that's it for Pokemon. We done. No more."
Also, I think I want them to continue making games like Unite and thing, you know, branch off and thing.
Make Unite games like Unite, like make Pokemon tournament, but like maybe 2D. Make more games like that, but don't just stop supporting them after 2 years. That's not how games work.
Yeah, because that's stuff in finance for
the Realm Studios. Studios are like, have a word with you.
What are you thinking we'll see in this section? Because he in here.
Unfortunately. But it is time to wrap up.
Yeah. Lexicon, you have any other words? Let me shout you out one time.
Always remember your gen is probably worse in someone's eyes because something done with it. Like the T-posing in Gen 5, but I digress.
Zane, you have anything to promote or anything?
Follow me on Twitter. That's it. Follow me on Twitter at Z.mp4. I'm really funny on there.
Wednesday, I tell you Wednesday, if I get a bigger stream and thing and Zane wants to stream nice and I read one time with 50 people, bro. They support me, boy.
Wait, I will also say the best take of Pokemon ever. Charizard is the worst starter. If you like Charizard, you are boring. If no one likes Charizard, if you really like Charizard, you're lying to yourself. Dragonite is a real. There's Dragonite. Stop being weird. If you think
I just trained that shit.
If you think Charizard is a good Pokemon, please find better taste. That's it. That's all. A literal piece of rock scares you. I don't want to hear from you.
Our next gunshot.
my
One more for the road. So let me see who to read by the meantime. But
I'll speak for King. Who speaks for the gal then?
yeah.
What's King favorite gen? Gen 5
5.
sucks. Get out of here, little bitch. I speak for King. King says Gen 5 is ass, bro. Don't buy Gen 5.
I already just read Fable so much. But I feel like I can rate
Thank you,
TK.
what?
Anybody have any rates that you want me to that are up there?
Don't see anybody play Pokemon on my list. We could go Fable.
Cause I just read this Jaggy. I never read Jaggy.
They both play Apex Legends, so you never know either one. Also, if anybody have any Gundam Evolution beta keys, I beg, I'll take one.
It's Jaggy Sans 9496, right?
9496, yeah. Jackie San 9496.
Yeah. Let's read this man. Too much. But shout out to the Fable and thing, you know. I play Apex with TD.
It is real, man, too much.
Let me spread the wealth now, but thank you everyone for showing up on my podcast. Thank you King DZX, thank you Lexicon, thank you Zane for showing up. I really just appreciate this thing. I will talk about it more on Twitter and thing, but
When you do this on the Hedgehog episode, I'll be here.
no, we do because
Oh,
no,
you
but,
got episode. Who you tell me?
no, but the thing is, the next episode I really is something Lexo want to do, dog. The need for speed, the need for speed / racing game podcast with this dog.
Oh god, boy.
I look into bring my brethren on, I look into bring the sheet on.
You're not gonna make me freaking fuss about heat for half.
Nah, he has some hot takes for heat as well, so I think that would be a really good conversation to have then. But I'm not sure if to push that back, and I look for something else to do because I want to do the interview. Yeah, because I look into do interviews for some of your favorite Twitch streamers. If all they could branch out and say, hey, Salty looking to do in our interview series, you might want to do it. Because I gonna ask you real questions, bro. When I get my yeah, it gonna be some real, you know. I'm gonna ask about, I heard he was in boiling this thing, and oh yeah, I mean, but you know, thanks everyone.
What you think about the grass prices raising?
Nah, but thanks everyone who showed up. I really appreciate it though, because it's like, hey, I just started up. I thank for all the follows. We close to, we almost affiliate people. We almost affiliate. So I want to thank everybody, and you know, when we end stream, we have to send gunshots again.
Bang, 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 bang.
Thanks to everybody. Bye. We outside. But let me read this man first. Huh? We go on.
Oh, I'm leaving.